Hello.
Hello.
Hi. My bad.
And welcome to this week's episode of DMs After Dark. The show where everything's made up but the points don't matter, I think. Tonight we have a very special episode and like a major first for us here, which is rad as hell. Tonight we are playing episode 1 of the Midnight Codex by Ben Bailey over at, what is the company name? What's the company name? Shit. What's his brand?
God.
I didn't write it down.
I put it in the chat. Damn it, Sarah. Mage Studios.
Thank you.
We know what we're doing, we swear.
I don't. No, so we are playing episode 1 of Midnight Codex, which is a game that is not out yet.
No.
Which is wild. We have run a game by Ben before. If you were here for Short Order Apocalypse, it was that beautiful chaos. He found it, he liked it, and went, hey, want to play this? And like the little RPG gremlins we are, we all emerged out of our caves, collectively said yes, and stole it. And so now we're playing it.
Are we little RPG gremlins or are we RPG catmen?
We are little RPG catmen. He went up to the cave with the gate and went pss, 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 and we all emerged slowly, unblinking. And if you didn't see Short Order Apocalypse, you have no fucking clue what we're talking about. And I'm sorry.
Please go watch it.
I apologize a lot tonight. So quick housekeeping. So the Kickstarter for Midnight Codex comes out on, am I correct in that it is Halloween?
Halloween.
And there is a ton of stuff going on with this. There's a comic by...
Here's the comic. Jess can't come tonight, so there's what the comic's going to look like. It shows where her
so
face
the comic is over Jess.
Oh, perfect. Put it where Jess is, yeah.
And it is... artist is Jace Primack, and is it Cardboard Monster? Am I
it looks
correct?
Really cool. Yep. Yeah, we'll post that with some other stuff, but that art, or I don't know if we should actually. This is the sneak peek you get, actually.
Sneak peek, yeah.
Okay, sneak. It's gone. Okay.
Soundtrack by White Bat Audio.
Who
all
also
sorts
did
of
some
good
of our
stuff.
audio today. So the intro music we had was Ben's own music.
Nice.
But the outro music we have tonight is going to be from White Bat Audio. So they did that's some of their own stuff they did before, but they're also going to make music and a soundtrack for the game because, sorry, Sarah, I just jumped right in. But the
Bruh, you're the one that does the actual stuff. I'm just here.
I think the thing that we need to talk about with the Kickstarter when it drops on the 31st is the interesting thing about it is this is something I haven't seen before, is it's an episodic RPG. So we're only going to play episode 1. It's really rules light, but then every month thereafter, you're going to get another episode which advances the plot of the meta plot of the story if you want to follow that. But it also adds a little bit of rules to the game, and you can pick it up, you can play that, or that could work as a one-shot also, if you just want to play a one-shot game. So however you want to do it, you can do it, and it's not going to be a lot of money to back it, so it's really, really cool. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of stuff attached to it. So we're excited to be part of that.
Am I correct in recalling that this will be on the Kickstarter page?
Yes.
Hopefully we don't.
That's the other thing. Is that we will not only be on the Kickstarter page, but we'll be a hyperlink in the rulebook where it's like, as I explained it to Troy, hey, if you don't feel like reading, watch these assholes play the game. So we have very
all of our mistakes and the rules wrong.
Yeah. So just in case,
blame us.
There are people out here who clicked through to that beautiful hyperlink. Hi, we're DMs After Dark. This is 5 out of 6 of us tonight. If you don't know us, we are a group of RPG nerds and friends who throw RPGs at each other, cause chaos, and obsess over our Lord and Savior, public domain figure, Yukon Cornelius.
That's right.
Which I double-checked before before the stream, he is public domain.
Public domain. So yeah, we are.
Domain idol.
Public
We
domain
are
idol.
the Yukon Cornelius cinematic universe of RPGs.
There is a sound cassette from 1994 called Yukon Cornelius 1. So that's unavailable. I looked this up.
Oh wow.
However, the our Lord and Savior Yukon Cornelius is public record. However, tonight is not about Yukon Cornelius.
No, it is not.
Some specific housekeeping I want to talk about the game is we are, as Christian said, we are just playing episode 1, known as Vagrant Nights. The story that we are going to tell tonight and the ending of it is not necessarily the canonical ending of episode 1, so you will be getting very, very little spoilers for reading the book. And as with the nature of RPGs, everything can go off the rails very, very quickly. As I have learned in playing with this group for 2 years or so now, you never know what's going to happen, unfortunately, for everyone involved. So
even piss falafels.
Yeah.
Piss falafels.
Sarah and I are part of Team Wholesome.
We try.
And these other 3 are what we call Team Chaos. Team Wholesome is outnumbered tonight, so anything can happen.
Yeah, but what I am trying to say is just because I said, oh, here's the solution to this situation, that is not necessarily true. That is not canon. And it is whatever you guys end up coming up with when you play this wonderful game.
Yeah, because it's really rules light. So
yeah. And along with that, we are obviously still learning, so you guys will get to hear us flub and fix ourselves as we go along. In terms,
Ben, help us.
Yeah, we'll just like cry at Ben in chat, as we did all throughout Honor and Intrigue.
Ben montage. We're just like Ben.
I can do that. I can do that in the audio. Don't worry.
Perfect. Add that to the Kickstarter as a bonus. Us crying for help from Ben. So it is a very light system. You need 3 whole 6-sided die. And the only importance amongst those die is that one of them must be different, special in some way, and that is the Omen die.
My Omen die is from Full Moon Dice.
And my 2 not Omen die are from Full Moon
You
Dice.
should check out Full Moon Dice on Instagram.
We are, once again, we are not sponsored by them. We just like them.
No, we're not. We just really love what they do. Yeah.
But
my Doom Dice is from Monopoly.
so that's the perfect
tech
Omen
as
die
always,
is
Troy.
Monopoly.
Endorsed or endorsing that.
Nope.
Yeah, Parker Brothers, we are open to endorsements.
Are we? And this is the first of many apologies tonight.
Yep.
From me to everyone out there. So similarly with Short Order Apocalypse, there is the 3 Omens system. However, in Short Order Apocalypse, you want 3 Omens in order to win the game by ending the world. In Midnight Codex, if you get a certain number of Omens tonight, because we are one shot, it is just going to be 3. The rules suggest between 3 and 5. If 3 Omens happen, you lose.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
The game is over and you lose and your characters probably die. Every Omen, instead of
people.
every Omen, things get worse.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Short Order Apocalypse, you want them here? You probably don't. But similarly, it is a system where you want to roll doubles or triples. Triples is always your best. Doubles is also good. So we will, I'll give a brief idea of the location, and then we'll get into character stuff. So this is set in an urban setting. Because of our location, I am basing it on the major city in the state most of us are based in. So think your big, generic, urban city, grungy, dirty, but a little lovable.
When we get 3 Omens, we will die on Thurber's Curve.
the I-95 connector that is always under construction.
And right now, boom.
Everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And everyone here, did we agree that you all vaguely knew of each other, if I'm correct from our discussion before this.
We haven't. Why don't we do some character creation?
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
haven't-
let's do some character talk.
Jump into the game and show people what they're gonna get. You know.
Yeah. So similarly to SOA, which I'm just going to keep referring to because it's great. Your character has 3 traits, which right out of the rule is listed can be beliefs, quirk, personality traits, tools, or equipment. And then you also have a flaw, which can be something like an illness, an addiction, a fear, behavior or social disorder, or a major injury. And you also want a personal goal for your character. Because we are just doing the one shot, I'm not going to be focusing on the meta plot or the goals as much, but they are still really important, especially if you are doing this as a campaign. So, what beauties have y'all in front of us tonight?
I can start.
Yeah, Daniels, your parents hated you.
Dan Daniels is my character name. It's a boring name. No disrespect to any Dans out there. But that's because Dan's a boring guy. He's in his mid-30s. He's a cube jockey. I have written here that he spends his days moving numbers around in Excel, and he spends his nights trying to convince himself that this is how life should be. And so Ben is someone that's I have 3 traits I need help with a third. I have 2 I need help with a third. Number 1 is good with numbers.
That's a good one.
That's what gets him this far, baby. Number 2 is unremarkable, because he is just completely unremarkable. And I need a third one. And for my flaw, it fits perfectly. He's passive aggressive.
Ooh.
Office culture.
Can I suggest a third trait?
Yes, please.
So you have unremarkable as kind of like a trait, right? You have good with numbers, which is either like a quirk, right, or like something like that. Maybe have like a tool be like an amateur hobbyist of some sort or something, like a drone.
You know, I have thought of that and have him have like a vape. Or just like
Oh
smoke.
God, no.
But I mean, how useful will that wind up being?
I mean, Rady ran around Short Order Apocalypse with a one-hitter.
I was just a stoner, with stoner powers in Short Order Apocalypse. So.
But yeah, an item can be a trait. So is there anything that like he would normally have on him, or like, or as Ben's pointing out in chat, a belief that he holds firm?
I'll think on that one.
Yeah. Do you want me to go next? Because I have
go next.
most of my stuff done. All right. My name is Dorothy, but I go by Dottie. I am a early 20s punk rock bass playing girl who plays in the underground punk scene here in City, which is near and dear to my heart. I was a little metalhead musician for years. So Dottie has like a streak of bright orange in her otherwise dark hair, and she wears like kind of up on top like pom-pom pigtail, like Princess Leia bun almost looking things. She wears a big oversized leather jacket, and she has shorts with fishnets and big, Sarah, to your Pine Island character Bella, I have those big combat boots, with a little bit of a heel on them.
The demonias.
The demonias,
of course, bring it back. She's just a badass punk chick who is kind of a very goal-driven. She writes a lot of music. She's pretty angry at the world. So my 3 traits I have are punk. So she's very standoffish, aggressively rude to people that she doesn't feel like she needs to waste her time with. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that as like a negative thing. It's like kind of just like, she it's almost like independent, like punk people, you know what I mean? But anyway, her other trait is an item, and it's her bass. She always has her bass ready to go, slung on her back.
All about that bass, no treble.
Hard case. And then my third trait is fiercely loyal. So like once you've proven you're worth her time and like to be in her inner circle, like she's on your side, like to the end kind of thing.
Oh, no.
So she is
ride or die.
Yeah, she's a ride or die. My flaw is self-medicating. Likes to,
there's definitely how we talk about types of characters, Rainey.
Yeah,
I'd just like to point out that you have a type as well.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Is it people who just like to do too much drugs?
Yes, it is.
Your type is drugs.
Your type is drug.
Congratulations.
I might play different flavors of asshole,
Team wholesome.
but you play different flavors of drugs.
This is fair. Listen.
So oh god. So we have character types of flavors of druggy, flavors of asshole. Amber's got her terrifying woman or terrified man.
With wolf in the middle.
Yeah, with wolf in the middle, the continuum.
I have the continuum of the shorter they are, the more chaotic they are, and the taller they are, the sweeter they are. Troy's got a gun everywhere.
Yeah, Troy's got a gun.
Surprise gun. Wow.
Troy's character type is gun.
So punk rock Dorothy. Her band name is Dottie and the Loners. It used to be Dottie and the Rebels, but they went to Dottie and the Loners.
And then she lost all her friends, and now it's Dottie and the Loners.
Yeah, I mean she's going through a slightly more like 80s emo Seisha phase right now. So they went they went more Dottie and the Loners.
So good. So good.
A la Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Yes, totally.
I am playing Corinne. I am a sophomore in college, so early 20s, much like Dottie. I'm in school doing pre-veterinary, working as a vet tech in a clinic. Love animals a lot. That's one of my traits. Animals are better than people.
Ain't it true?
My other two traits are perceptive and instinctual. My flaws, I have anxiety with social situations and crowds. Again, animals are better than people. And yeah, little socially anxious, avoid the crowds and whatnot, but I'm really good at my studies. I'm really good at the whole vet tech thing, and I'm just naturally very good with animals. They like me, I have a way with them, and I spend a lot of time doing that.
Are we not going over personal goals or spells? Because those are both.
We're gonna go over the spells part in a hot minute.
Okay, all right, just checking. So, all right, so my character I'm playing is Bob D'Amico. He is an old Vietnam vet. So he is 69 years old,
Okay.
and I actually used to be a PJ in the Air Force. So I was basically a special operations medic. They're super badass in real life. But anyhow, I elected to have two flaws. So one of them is rheumatoid arthritis, and then the other one is struggle with PTSD. So the whole social anxiety thing, sometimes in a overstimulating environment, that can be an issue for me. I've got some triggers and stuff too. So obviously saw some terrible shit. Three traits that Bob has. The first is that he is very calm under pressure. When shit hits the fan and everything is going crazy, he's just very good at being calm and focused. Second trait is he obviously has a history of EMS and special operations training. So he has a very, special set of skills there. And then third trait is I have a Harley Davidson trike. So I have an old man motorcycle. It's got the leather tassels on the handlebars. I always wear a skull cap because safety first, but also I'm too old to give a fuck anymore. So it's not actually going to help if I get in an accident.
Oh my God.
So, and that's what he's got. Oh, and he's also, since he retired, he is a semi-professional poker player. He spends a lot of time playing poker.
All right.
I have in the meantime, I came up with a third one. Jess helped me out a lot. She suggested I have a sticky note for everything. So I'm gonna use that as not only just sticky notes, so his pockets just have sticky note reminders, but also I set a reminder so his phone just constantly dings to remind him of things that he should be doing. Yeah.
I'm feeling very called out with this trait right now.
Text of affirmation. You can do this.
Yes.
You are worthy.
You're worthy.
Oh my goodness. Affirmational reminders. That's so funny.
Yes. He does
You
have
are
those.
worth it.
I'm writing that down right now.
So the other aspect of these characters, as was mentioned, is you have spells. You are magic, sort of. This group has only recently come into gaming. these powers. But on OOC level, you have 2 spells apiece, and they each, if I'm correct, so they each cost 1 mana, and you have 3 mana, and you can get it back through stuff. If you guys feel like sharing your spells with the whole table, go for it. Otherwise, private message them to me on Zoom. Either way, toss it.
I'll share one because I need help. I need help again with the second, so maybe chat wants to suggest one.
Or share spells? Okay.
If you want, as long as I know them.
I don't care. So
I
I
chat.
have one. I have is We're Friends, right? Which is just it's almost like suggestion, right? Like now that he is, he's not unremarkable anymore. He's got magic. He can talk anyone into anything by being like, "Hey, listen, man, I thought we were friends, right? Let's like just do this." Passive aggressive. Still,
it's like the most terrifying Jessica Jones villain.
The purple guy. Yeah. And I need a second one. So Amber had suggested just being able to like bore people to death
by talking about your job.
By talking about my job, like, which like I'm down with. But like, what do you guys think? What does chat think? What do you people think?
I got an idea. Depending on
what those vampires, Amber, in that show.
Yeah, the energy vampires like Colin Robinson.
Christian, what about if you have like you said you're good with numbers? So what if one of your magical manifestations is like you kind of like
you start doing math out loud and somebody has a stroke?
Oh no, wait. What about like probability manipulation?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yes, let's do that.
You can look into like how like things are gonna be working and you can manipulate stuff in your favor.
The odds are in my favor.
Oh, nicely done. Well played. Should I go next? I think that was the order we went in before.
Yeah,
so, I kind of went on the nose with my punk rock girl and just leaned into powers she would have wanted. So I have 3. I'm going to limit it down to 2. This is great. Ben just said you can choose as you play too.
So that's cool. All right, nice.
But basically, all of her powers are like Scott. Like I just think of like Scott Pilgrim versus the world, right? So like her powers are like I have one that's called Hit the Lights. And basically I have like minor like light manipulation control where like I can make like an area darker or dim the lights and like spotlight certain things and like make colorful house lights like you're playing a concert. Like I could turn like a hallway into like a rave. You know what I mean? Like like almost like a Jubilee kind of stuff. And then my other one, the other one, actually I'm gonna roll these 2 into one. And I don't know what's a better name for it. It's I either have Amplify or SFX. And basically she just starts rocking out on her bass and like the music creates like it can be unplugged and like it just creates like theme music, like creepy, unnerving music to like make other people like make sounds.
All about that bass.
Like the thaumaturgy cantrip kind of.
And then you can just do stuff on your bass.
Yeah. Shreddy Krueger.
Shreddy Krueger.
No, you have to call it Shreddy Krueger now.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Listen, this is coming out on Halloween, baby.
That's what we used to call the guitar solo band. So shout out Derek, Shreddy Krueger. This is for you.
Oh boy.
I've got 2 spells I'm thinking about here are your classic like speak with animals, can communicate kind of empathically with animals.
Oh god, I get to pull up my animal voices today.
Yeah. And my second spell is a shape-shifting spell. I can take the form of an animal I've ingested part of, such as blood, fur, claw, etc. And to take my own form back without complications, I need to eat a piece of myself that comes off when I am shape-shifting. So it's very fleshy and gross, shedding the external form. I have to put that back on the inside to choose it back.
That's good.
That is not going on the
Kickstarter. Why is it happening? And then I fucking saw it. God damn you, Troy.
There is a reason that we here at DMs After Dark do not release our Zoom chats.
Wait, wow, I thought I just saw you walk out of
That's great though. Those are very good powers. Okay, I'm glad that we're all kind of leaning into like powers that would have been based on our player, like our characters, you know what I mean? And not just like as if like my punk rock girl all of a sudden was just like super strength. It's like, well, it's weird, you know. But anyway.
Okay, so I've got 2 spells too. My first one is called Respect Your Elders, which is very similar to Chris's, except it's more of rather than like a suggestion thing. Think of it very similar to like command. in like a D&D. So I can essentially command somebody to do something within reason, right? And then my second power is called Arm and Hammer, which is I have the ability to have just super strength for a short period of time. So like crushing tennis balls with my hand, for example. Zach, shout out.
Vanoss.
Yep.
Perfect.
Oh, we start with 3 mana. Oh, this is good. Okay.
Yep, you start with 3 mana.
Nice.
So the other aspect is personal goals.
Yep.
Characters should have, it says, their own personal goals they're attempting to achieve through a game should be things that are obtainable and not esoteric in nature and should promote character growth. Again, because it's a one-shot, we might not be delving too deep into it, but it's also good to have because you might. Who knows? So you don't have to decide anything now, just thing to think of.
Mine's super straightforward. Get Dottie and the Loners signed to a record label.
Nice.
Don't think it's gonna come up, but that's just what every
Survive organic chem.
Oh, that was the worst class I ever took in college. It's the worst grade I ever got was OChem.
Is there anything else we need to set up before we start? Are we?
I'm good to go.
Isn't this always the way? We're as ready as we're going to get, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Jump in.
All right. So, there are a few things that you guys would know about this area of being. Non-human beings do exist. You are aware of this. It's been a part of life for a long time now. It's normal. Werewolves, vampires, fae, the like, they exist. You guys are all normal humans, or you were until you found yourself in possession of a tome that in writing that really only makes sense to you, and even then you're not quite sure, and some magical powers. Want to bring up the Omen die? Yeah, so we'll bring that up really quick. So of the 3d6 everyone has, when you roll 3d6. One of them is different than the others. This is the Omen die. Let me pull this up.
Basically, if your Omen die is higher than any of the other dice in a roll, that's when an omen occurs.
Yes. It has to be greater. Does not matter if it is tied for greatest, does not count. But if, like, for the example in the book, is if you roll 2, 2, and 6, you still get that partial success of rolling doubles, but an omen will happen. And an omen is something that severely complicates the story at a whole. It's described as magic being dangerous, and those who wield it risk tearing the fabric of reality.
Yeah, we really mess up our spells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we should say too, mechanically speaking, so obviously that's no bueno. And obviously it seems like that might come up quite a bit. There is mechanics within the traits and flaws we just talked about. So if at any time our traits apply to a situation and Sarah agrees, we can choose to re-roll any number of dice, but we can't re-roll the Omen die. So, that's a way to make sure that
you better roll another 6, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way for us to look at what could potentially be an omen and be like, I think my trait matters, so we don't lose the game fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the coin, flaws. If your flaws apply to a situation, partial successes are failures unless we burn a trait, and then we can't use that trait anymore to re-roll. So.
That would be very canon for my Harley to not start. Son of a bitch!
The one way to regain a burnt trait or spell is you start with 1 rest token for the group.
Oh, for the group.
It says the players as a group are given 1 rest token.
Oh, dang.
And Ben, please correct me if I'm reading that wrong. It might just be my misunderstanding.
Yeah, no, it says as a group.
I do have a quick question regarding the successes, partial success and full success. So you only get a partial success if you roll doubles, and you only get a full success if you roll triples.
Correct.
So that's a pretty low margin of success.
Yeah.
Does that imply that you fail hard otherwise, or?
It doesn't necessarily. I'm going to personally measure it situation by situation.
Yeah.
Generally, it's a fail. If it's something where it's a really dangerous fail, yeah, you might fail harder. But if it's like an inconsequential thing, like, oh, you're trying to convince the bouncer to let you in and you fail, no, not only does he not let you in, he kicks your ass and you're,
So
you're sore for a little bit, but it's low stakes. It's based on stakes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the probability is not in our favor unless we're Christian, apparently.
Real bad.
Well, that's because, you gain mana when you fail.
That's
so you can get your spells back and stuff like that.
Or just get a ton of mana you fail and then you're loaded up and you can cast a ton of spells to do stuff.
Here's a question for Ben. Can you have more than 3 mana? I guess you can. There's no max. You just start with 3. I don't know why I thought that was like the...
Do you roll to cast your spells, or do they automatically succeed when you spend the mana?
So you successfully cast them. I believe it is the effect that...
you might have to roll for.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it says whenever you want to do something.
You throw a fireball, do you hit what you were throwing at?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, for the purposes of our stream specifically, because of this, normally on our stream we have people can redeem channel points for rerolls. Because we are demoing this game for Ben and for Kickstarter, no giving us rerolls tonight. We will not take them. They will not count next game.
Yeah,
I will refund you your points.
Yeah.
As Twitch mod. So Ben just said just roll for effect.
And so, can I just say, as somebody who's been getting into game design, Christian and I have been making our little games and stuff like that. Ben dropped in the chat. It's a 47% chance of success, but rerolls help. I love when people do the work and they're like, I did the statistics. I know. And like, that's good though, because a game like this should feel dangerous. Like we're in an urban fantasy, we're casting spells, monstrous creatures exist. Like we are not going to be.
I'm like rolling dice. I'm like, how often do I get doubles?
Yeah.
I'm getting them. Yeah.
No, but you get more than you think. Because I remember when we played Short Order Apocalypse, and it's like, oh, you got to roll 3. You have to roll triples. Like we're going to be playing this game forever, and we got the 3 omens pretty quickly. Yeah. I thank you, Ben, for doing the work, doing the math, and it's the appropriate difficulty for feeling like in the feel of this game. It's what you're going for. That kind of feel and experience.
Just as I said, I was getting doubles. I haven't rolled a double in like.
Wow,
Stop now.
Yeah,
They're gonna cut down.
Stop jinxing yourself.
I'm wasting the magic.
Good to know. Look at that. See the math. Love it. All right. Anyway, Sarah, we kind of cut you up there.
No, that's fine.
Urban fantasy.
Yes.
Monsters.
Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
Question about the urban fantasy elements here. Vampires, werewolves, all that stuff. Fae is around. Is it integrated into society? Do they have citizenship rights? Do they work at coffee stores?
Yes and yes. And again, this is up to the individual GM's interpretation. This is how I am running it personally. Same citizenship rights. It is very common to see anyone of any species.
A vampire working the night shift at the local
store. Yes, that is a very
7-Eleven that
sight.
never gets robbed.
7-Eleven.
Or it does, but nobody knows about it.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's totally normal, totally common. It maybe a couple hundred years ago, it was shocking, but at this point, it's like, no, that's just life.
They pay taxes. It's fine.
They pay taxes.
Can you imagine being a vampire and having to pay
Capitalism
taxes?
doesn't care.
The greatest life suckers of all.
That's
capitalism.
worse. That's
Capitalism
horrible.
doesn't give
Just
a fuck.
stake me now.
Estate tax? Cool. Me, I guess.
Capitalism.
Although vampires would probably be some kick-ass accountants because it's like they've been around forever. So they could just be like, they know like every loophole.
Oh, I know the market.
Right.
Actually, a very common vampire trope in the history of like literature and vampires is arithmetic. They're like obsessed with numbers and counting. like throw a bunch of grains of rice, and they're gonna be like, "You son of a bitch," and they're gonna have to go, "Oh, you son of a."
Yo, did you know by technicality from the Sesame Street design document, the Count is never listed as a vampire. He is listed as vampire-like, even though he is absolutely like one of the oldest vampires known to man.
Vampire-like.
He is specifically listed in the document as vampire-like.
You would know that.
Interesting.
That is such a Sarah Muppet fact.
I would. Oh god. See,
Right
no, I'm
behind
fine with this.
Chocula.
This is listen. Yo ho. A Muppet's life for me. I'm gonna start this game now.
Yeah, let's start Midnight Codex.
Okay. Ben, I'm so sorry. This is what you signed up for.
This is us on our good behavior.
This
too.
is what
Just
the people
wait.
want.
I know we're
Just
behaving.
wait.
Yeah. So far.
So it is kind of, it's that weird late summer where it's just getting out of it being sticky, but it's still warm and kind of gross. Sometime in the late evening, maybe early morning, it's hard to tell. You guys are all at a small spot downtown called Tito's. It's a local joint. At one point, it was a family-owned bar. No one really knows who owns Tito's anymore, and no one really cares. Food's good and cheap. Liquor's good and cheap, except for the top shelf stuff that no one really buys, and the bottles are all kind of dusty because you don't go to Tito's for the good shit. You go to Tito's to get wasted.
To get Tito's.
You go to Tito's to get Tito's. Through one way or another, you have all gained your codexes and your powers within the past week. So this is all still very new, very rusty for all of you. And as you guys sit in the bar and just listen to the music, there was a live band there earlier, but now it's just whatever they can, hook up to on the radio from some local stations. You're just kind of on the outskirts of an area. Let me pull up the thing on the area called the Concourse. Let me specifically pull up you're just on the outskirts of the Concourse, which is kind of one of the major hubs of downtown, an area where it's less streets for cars and more streets for walking. Kind of in the middle of the Concourse are these two giant buildings, generally referred to as the King and Queen buildings in the city. They are host to the Casanova Corps, which is an extremely successful real estate corporation run by siblings Chris and Cassandra Casanova. Both are, in their own way, ruthless business people. And a good portion of the town knows that they are also very powerful vampires. Very strong. But there's a bunch of other smaller businesses that kind of live around the outskirts of the concourse. There's Tito's, Madame Amanda's, which is this kind of hole-in-the-wall fortune-telling shop. It's up to the person whether they think Madame Amanda's real or fake, one of those 50-50 shots. But she's still been in business for a long time. The other thing that you guys all hear around this time of night is sirens out of nowhere. See police car buzz in and around, and you start to see the cops get out of the car and move towards an area kind of between a couple of the buildings nearby.
Do we know each other?
Are we wasted?
The two most important questions.
That is up to you guys if you know each other. I would say you at least recognize each other. And it is also up to you if you're wasted or not, but I would say let's keep it to tipsy at the most. Just for the
borderline
moment.
wasted.
Dan is definitely tipsy.
Dottie, maybe we went to high school together.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Not
that.
necessarily in the same groups or crowd or anything, but like we did all 4 years of high school together.
Yeah, that's fine.
I definitely volunteer at like a food bank or something. So I don't know if any of you are poor millennials, but maybe you see me there when you get food.
I'm in a punk rock band, dude. Maybe.
Maybe.
Mean definitely.
Yeah, probably.
Dan's not connected to any of this.
You could be, you're an accountant, Dan. You could manage my pension.
Dan, do you work in one of the Casanova buildings?
Ooh, yeah, sure. I'm like, I'm in sector 7G. Yeah.
7G.
7Gs.
Do you work in Chris or Cassie's office?
I gotta say I would be an accountant for Chris. Why the hell not?
Okay.
I work in accounting. I'm not cool enough to be an accountant.
You're not. You've seen him around. You're not his accountant.
Oh yeah, I'm not even like. I'm
him.
just like, who's that? That's one of our drones, sir. Yeah.
Chris is. You would know he's the bureaucrat. He's the talker. He's the face. He's clever. He like speaks with lawyer lingo in daily speech. That's what you know about
Don
Chris.
every time he sees you.
Yeah, totally. Like, Don, how you doing? He gave me like my Christmas gift last year was like the pudding of the month club or something like that. And I was expecting a $10,000 bonus, and it's like, and I was just like, thanks.
Don.
You got a pen. You got a pen.
Thank you, sir.
A pen with your name, Don, on it.
His name's wrong on it. Yes, it's a nice pen with my name wrong on it. That's perfect. Absolutely.
Don Donalds.
Don Donalds.
Can I just say that when this cop car whizzes by, Dottie 100% is like, boo, and just like throws something at it as it speeds by.
Are you still inside Tito's or are you outside?
I'm out.
There's a window there.
I'm on the patio.
Yeah, you're on the patio.
I grabbed like just a random glass, and someone inside's like, "You dickhead, they're gonna have to pay for that." I'm like, fuck you.
Dan is in the bar tonight because he had a horrible day at work. His boss, Greg, took credit for some of his work and then got him in trouble for something he's behind on, even though it was like something that Greg should have done. But then he just like dumped it on Dan. So Dan's here drinking. He's a little tipsy.
Is there a jukebox in this bar?
And he's like, fucking Greg.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, really, seriously.
Dottie's trying to hook her phone up to the Bluetooth so hard to just play some music everyone's gonna hate. And this guy's like, where's the jukebox?
There's a jukebox that has not worked for the past 25 years, but it's still there.
I'd put a quarter in it anyways. I'm optimistic.
It makes some pretty lights and then continues to play the top 40 radio station.
From 25 years ago. Which isn't that
Corinne
bad, actually.
Corinne works late at an animal hospital, which is when she ends up at Tito's just to get some food. Basically, she doesn't really drink or do the party thing, but she'll sit at the bar, eat a plate of fries while she's like flipping through a textbook, preparing for her next fucking exam or whatever. That's kind of where she is right now. It's been a long shift. She's still in her scrubs.
Oh, we have codexes, right? Are those codexes very unique to each of us, or does it look like a certain thing?
Are they even physical, or are they like things only we can see?
Tattoos.
So, again, this is canon to what I'm going to interpret the Midnight Codex as, and not necessarily canon to the game. They are books, but they appear different to you based on yourself and what that would look like to you. So they very much take on, you know how they say like dogs looked like the people that adopt them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your book looks like you. It has your
So I have a
vibe.
manila folder. with
With nothing on it. No
nothing on
labeling,
it, and like
nothing.
some sheets in it. But I'm
Excel sheets. It's a manila folder with Excel sheets in it.
Mine's
I
a
did it.
DD214.
Also,
Mine's a DD214.
I did it right without realizing. Ben confirmed they are unique to you.
nice.
Yeah, mine's a composition notebook that looks beat up as hell with like Sharpie all over it. Like it looks like this is what I write my song lyrics in.
Stickers.
Yeah, band stickers all over it for sure.
I've got a plain moleskin journal sort of thing, just a little neutral tan color. It's kind of small, compact, looks like a little field journal. It's got a little leather strap wrapped around it to keep it closed.
Mine's also going to be a like a little army green field notepad.
Right in the rain, kind of. Yeah.
Yep.
Reason I was asking was because I don't seem to have connections to anyone else, but I could happen to be next to Corin if she's eating at the bar and just notice her, like, I'm looking through my manila folder and my spells are like stickies that have to be arranged in certain ways and like things like that. And I'm just kind of like, I woke up like in an alleyway at midnight the other night with this manila folder, and now I have magic powers. I'm still trying to figure this the fuck out. And now she's next to me, and I happen to notice maybe something like she's got some similar writing or something, right?
And they all have your names on them.
Oh, so mine says Dorothy? That sucks.
Mine says Bob.
Can mine still say Don?
No, it has your
Even the folder didn't know your real name.
It was clearly an O, but like a tail's been drawn on it.
That's the one. That's the one. It does technically say Dan, but out of obligation only.
It was a mistake.
I so badly want Dottie to like walk up to the bar and just start teasing Corinne, like so bad.
So let's start. So if
What are
that's
you
all
doing,
right,
you fucking nerd?
if that's all right with you, Amber, do you want to start with that?
Yeah.
All right. So so I'm like, I got my manila folder open. I've got a big margarita and like some tacos that I'm kind of picking at in front of me, and I'm just like very disheveled guy wearing everything that he wears looks like it's been overwashed. So like the colors washed out of him. The colors just washed out of Dan's life. So like he just looks like he's in sepia tones. Okay, everything about him is in sepia tones.
Dan is the beginning of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And so he's just like this disheveled mid-30s guy sitting next to you, like just like shuffling through like sticky notes, and then he looks over and he just happens to see your journal and a symbol on it, and then he looks at the sticky and he's got like the same symbol, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but I just noticed you had this this journal, and where did you find it?"
She assumes you're talking to someone else and doesn't even look up until you get to journal.
Which does not faze him at all because nobody pays attention to him. Yeah.
When you get to journal, she's like, her body's slightly turned like away from you, sort of.
He's
She's
also
like,
very used to that.
but she kind of looks up and looks back at you a little bit when you say journal. She looks at your manila envelope and your sticky notes and spies the same symbol that you two have in common. And then she looks at your face for the first time and your sepia-toned, just downtrodden desk jockey.
He's just very sad-looking man.
Get up.
Yeah.
And she's like, I found it.
Right. Okay. Sorry to bother you.
As this conversation is about to end, this is definitely when Dottie is just like, holy shit, Corinne? Like Disney princess, animal, critter, Corinne. And like I come up next to her, I'm like, you could do so much better than fucking Office Space here. What are you doing?
I don't even know this man.
And like,
Oh my God.
just like very confidently like throw my arm around Corinne, and I like pull out the stool next to her, and I like sit down, and I'm just like, refills. And I look down, and then I see like the matching symbols, and I go,
Dorothy.
shit. Corinne, you're into some shit, huh? And like I slam my notebook down on the The bar top.
Close my notebook down and lay my hand over it protectively. Now these weirdos are swarming me.
Yeah, but we know each other, so like I'm just here to like.
My statement stands.
This is fair.
I unrelated. I go up to the bartender and I tell him that the jukebox doesn't work. I don't know if he knows, but the jukebox doesn't work, and I'd like my quarter back because my pension's kind of tight.
The guy behind the bar is a dude in his he might be just old enough to serve alcohol. And he kind of looks at the machine that is definitely older than him, and then just kind of just gives a little shrug and opens the drawer, puts a quarter on the bar and slides it over to you.
Thank you, sir. Put it in my pocket.
He just kind of gives you a nod.
Corinne's very stiff at the sudden nearness of these two people on either side of her. But she looks over at your journal, all doodled on and stuff, then over at Dan's again. She's like, did you find yours too?
My song journal? Yeah, kind of. I guess I bought it a few nights ago. I don't know. I must have been on a bender or something after one of my shows. But I woke up and it was here, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I've been writing some new stuff in it.
Is it all in your hand? Like your handwriting?
Writing in it?
It's a good question. Is all the writing inside of it in our own hand?
No. It's similar to yours, but it's just off enough for you to know it's not your own writing.
Yeah, and Dottie just confidently, it's like, yeah, of course. I came up with some really gnarly lyrics. I don't remember, but yeah, totally.
I'm perceptive, so I'm gonna get a little bit of weirdness in that answer.
As you guys
give you a look, like she's not totally buying it, but she's not gonna say anything about it.
As you guys,
Dan just knew. Dan just knows. He's like, the defeated male leaves lion meme. That's what Dan just did. He just kind of turned back to his his manila folder and his tacos. He's like, I tried to human and I failed yet again.
You pull up a taco and it all just falls out of the back.
It falls on his sticky notes and he's like, oh.
The only shred of color on his uniform is mustard yellow.
It's Pico de Gallo. It's got on his shirt.
Gallo on his tie.
Oh God.
As you guys talk, one of the you hear the little jingle on the door from the super old bell, and one of the cops walks in, and he goes up to the bar. He motions the bartender over, and he goes and talks, and you hear the kid just no, it's just me closing tonight. And you hear talk between the two of them. He's like, no, I'll keep my eye on him. Do you want my boss's number or something? And he writes down a number on a scrap of paper and gives it to the cop. And he turns and leaves. And the kid looks annoyed, but also a little nervous.
Is there some trouble going on, son?
Human son.
And he just kind of I guess they found another body. And you guys have been hearing on the news recently that there had been a recent slew of dead bodies showing up around the concourse. However, the coverage has mostly been the shock value, because all of the bodies that they've found have been of members of the local homeless population, or vagrants, or people that no one knows.
I kind of, you notice the muscles in my temple and stuff kind of clench as I kind of grind my teeth after he says another body turned up, and I say, I'll take a old fashioned.
Oh God.
Kid nods and quickly goes and makes another drink.
My favorite drink, man.
Boomer.
Christian, shut the fuck up.
Any rumors about like how the bodies were killed? Were there any particular injuries or nothing like that in the news about the state of the corpses?
Yeah, actually, that's the reason that it's been very shock value-y, is because the bodies are basically ripped to shreds like a wild animal has gotten them.
Oh shit.
Or a werewolf.
Yeah, that's what everybody's first thought is, right? Is he kind of
Or a werewolf. Best thing about werewolves is that they take the heat off of real wolves who are harmless.
Sarah, given my character volunteering at either a local food bank or like a soup kitchen or something like that, I probably am maybe familiar with some of the folks. Did I know anyone personally that went missing or died or whatever? Any of the bodies that turned up?
You
obviously this would be like in the past week or two or whatever, but
yeah, so you didn't know anyone personally, but you recognized a couple faces, one or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Dottie plays a lot of like the dive bars too, and like is familiar with a few faces of people who come and go. And
yeah, so if you watched the news at all recently, or were more likely like scrolling on your phone, like doom scrolling, you probably saw a face that you recognized at one point. But again, it was no one you really knew. It was just like, yeah, no, I've seen them around before. I think I've heard their voice.
When the bartender is a little closer, working on the old fashioned whatever, I'll kind of say, I overheard a little bit. Was the body found nearby?
Yeah, they found it. He kind of like looks out the window and he gestures between the Queen building and the old theater. And you can see the
you can like kind of see it from here almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of at an angle, but you can see it from here.
Hop and a jump away.
couple cops there. You see there's now like EMTs and stuff, and they're like picking like bodies on a stretcher.
Have any animals come up mutilated or found? Would I know about that, or no animals?
No. No reports of any animals popping up mutilated.
At this point, Dottie's just going on a tirade to anybody else in the bar about how little the cops are going to do and how pathetic it is, and like how, these people don't get the help they need. And she's just kind of yelling, talking
ranting.
Shit.
All true, but in a ranting manner.
In a very,
I kind of give her one of these.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
and
actually, Dan does too.
Grandpa gets it. Fucking Grandpa. Yeah, Office Space. And like, I kind of start doing that thing.
Yeah, Grandpa. Yeah, Office Space.
Out from between these ranting folk and just like peer toward the spot. And I'll say like absently, I'm only half listening. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of eyeballing the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll look at my watch or my phone. It's 2022. I look at my phone.
Your watches.
Bob has a watch.
Pulls out a pocket watch.
So does Don.
Puts it back.
Don has a watch.
No, Don doesn't have a watch.
Like
He has reminders
smartwatch
on his phone.
He has sticky notes that say what time it is.
Just 12 sticky.
I would say Corinne probably has like a smartwatch or something, especially in a medical field where you have to time things.
That's actually
it's probably very convenient for her to have one. Yeah.
Dottie, I kind of go over to you after your ranting calms down a little bit, and I'm like, do you smoke? And I kind of like hold out a cigarette for you, like I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Grabs it and puts it in between her lips, and she's just like, "Yeah, if you're."
Oh my God, you're an old boomer dude, and this is your manic pixie dream girl. I hate this so much.
I gotta go check on my bike.
I hate this trope.
I
Ramona
go
Flowers is
outside
rolling
and
at her grave.
go outside and start up an old Camel non-filter.
Dottie will go out and smoke with you, if only to get closer to the crime scene and look over and continue bitching about the cops.
Yeah, I'm a little curious too. So
Dan's gonna go out and vape with you.
Oh yeah.
No,
But not like in that vicinity, because he wasn't like technically invited, and he's not technically. He's just gonna like hover around the conversation. But you probably don't notice that.
Sits on my motorcycle, gets his ass kicked by an old non-fan.
Yeah.
Back to my journal and my textbook and try for a couple more moments to like get back into the studying. And then I'm like, it's not going to happen. I'm going to close my shit up and head outside.
And it is about 1:45, Corinne, when you check your watch.
Oh.
Okay. It's late. It's late.
Very late.
I got class in the morning, but I don't smoke, so I've got nothing to do with the smoking peanut gallery over here. I'm just going to kind of look both ways and cross the street and head toward the action.
Yeah.
Have all of the attacks, have they like timed them? Have they all happened around midnight?
No one has there's never been a clear answer on the news. Mostly because most of the bodies have been found in the morning. This seems to be the first time that one was found late at night.
Relatively recently. Yeah.
So this is, you also probably won't hear about it until at least the morning news, maybe.
Okay.
You know what? Dan is gonna follow to get to the crime scene.
Okay.
And
so
as Corinne crosses the street, he's just gonna be, excuse me, and he's like carrying this like manila folder with like sticky notes are like flying out of it, and he's like,
You're dropping your occult.
oh, he goes back and grabs them more, just as a handful and stuffs them back in the thing, and he's like, no, I'm sorry, I just the journal. You say you found it?
Yeah.
Like a couple nights ago.
I'm assuming probably about the same way you found yours.
That's why I'm wondering, because like you see the symbol, and he just holds up the sticky note with the symbol. And he's like, this symbol, like it's. Look, I'm good with numbers. I've been looking through this stuff. I had a very weird college minor in philosophy and numerology and some Tibetan stuff. And there's some like these are symbols, okay, that like mean things, okay. And
Fibonacci sequence. It's found in nature everywhere.
yes,
Really.
yes, you're good with numbers too.
Good with shell spirals.
Right, but have you tried any of these things?
She looks a little hesitant, like she doesn't want to say too much to this random guy.
He's like, fine, watch this. And he like goes over to where the crime, I'm assuming there's like a crime scene, right? And like, cops, like nothing to see here, cops.
Watch what this guy's doing.
No.
Yeah, there's one guy who's basically, he's partially keeping watch and partially radioing back to the station or whatever.
Got the tape up.
And there's one guy who's talking with the EMTs as they're
Wilco.
covering.
Wilco.
Oh, wow.
Wilco.
A hot minute for Wilco.
God damn it. It never dies.
Wilco will never... Wait, was Wilco from the first game we all played together?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally before
Not on
we
stream. Unfortunately, nobody can go back and ever find out.
God, I wish that was recorded. But anyway,
Wilco.
yeah, they're just kind of putting the sheet over the body and kind of.
So I'm
loading
gonna
the
go
person.
up to the cop, and as he does, he becomes like suddenly like body posture changes, becomes much more confident. Walks right up to the cop, and he's just like, "Hey, yeah, me and my friend here, we want to go back and see what's going on, and you're gonna let us go because we're friends, right?"
All right.
And I'm gonna spend a mana and cast a spell.
I'm gonna need you to roll me 3d6.
Oh,
Oh
God,
boy,
I hope
all right,
this
and
works.
we're in. And
First
we're in.
roll.
Oh shit! Nope.
It's
5,
Taser.
4, 3. 5,
Oh.
4, 3. No omen die. We're good there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my question.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know you.
It just tases him in the neck.
And then he squints at your name badge and he says, Dawn.
Well, I would argue that unremarkable, would limit the negative effect of this because it's not like the cop's going to remember him.
Just some
Right.
Jackie, get out of here.
Just another guy
So-
who
Or
tasered.
conceivably could be fell forward.
Yeah, it could be something, or it could be used to re-roll one of your die. I mean, but I don't think that's applicable personally. But
No. So one thing Ben just pointed out in chat, you can always, if you have 3 mana, you can buy a new spell.
Right.
Obviously that, spends at 3 mana, but if you have a buildup of more than 3 and you want to buy a new spell, you can at any point.
So do I get my mana back because I failed then?
yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
And before
This is-
we resolve that, can I just say
That's
that
great.
when Corinne and Dan walk across the street and I'm sharing a cigarette with Bob here, I kind of nudge him and I'm just like, I went to high school with her, and I was like, I knew it. Look, he's catching up with her. They are together. I knew it. And I'm just like nudging Bob, like just gossiping to this old man who
he's loving
it. So oh my God. Anonymous, thank you so much for gifting some subs, one to Rady and one to my friend Bobby. Thank you.
And actually, just to move it forward too, just for the sake of maybe getting me and Bob over there, I see Dan cross like the police tape to go talk to a cop, and I'm like, holy shit, who the hell is this guy? And I'm like, he's just walking into a crime scene. I'm just like, and I look at Bob, I look at Bob, and I'm just like, do you want to go see what?
Thought you'd never ask.
and Dottie goes, ew, never say that again. Like, never say that again.
All right, so Dottie and Bob start the way across the street. Corinne, you watch as Dan just goes up and starts talking to the cop, and like because you're close, Corinne, you can just like vaguely see the magic. Like you recognize that he's trying to cast a spell. But you also recognize the cop's expression does not change. And he kind of puts ahead of, sir, head on back across the street. We've got to keep this area locked off to people. Nothing to see here.
Don't contaminate evidence.
Yeah, like
I promise you're safe.
Everything's gonna be all right. Just gotta keep this area.
And with that, like the demeanor that he had taken on, just like
deflates
right back down to like
color began to seep back into Don.
Now it just fades away again, and now he's just sepia toned Dan, and he just turns around. And he's like, "Well, it didn't work. I'm sorry. Sometimes this happens."
No, I get it.
It happens to all of us, son.
I tried to.
Performance anxiety.
What? No. It just.
I've heard of it before.
Dan, you turn and Bob's just right there.
You're a boomer. You get pills delivered for that.
Pulls out Cialis and then.
Yeah.
Oh, not again. Not again. I got a hookup. It's a weird guy in a trench coat.
As skill mishaps go, that is not the worst one I've seen.
You want to see a potentially worse one? Because Dottie's going to dim the lights and attempt to sneak around everything.
Oh.
Okay. Roll me 3d6. And while you do that, Doc Boyd, although I appreciate the rerolls, my dear, because we are demoing a game for bench tonight, we are not going to be accepting any rerolls. I'm going to refund that so you get your 1,000 points back. But thank you. Big loves.
Okay. There's no chance. Any chance my punk qualifies for me to roll?
Yes, because you are literally trying to fuck the police.
I still failed, but no Omen.
Okay, no Omen on either of them?
Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you again, you try that flicker, but you try and kind of make your way around.
Yeah, the street lights kind of out for a second.
You see the orange light.
Yeah, I didn't give her my cigarette.
Dan catches up on that though, and he's like,
I see that too. I'm like, okay.
The cop kind of moves over, just like, ma'am, sorry, we have to keep this contained. We're taking care of everything. Head on back over to the bar. Enjoy the rest of your night. I point down
an alleyway, and I'm just like, no, I just got to cut through. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And I turn around and I kind of like shrug at Bob when I come back. I'm like, man.
Is the EMS is the ambulance nearby that they're presumably taking the body to?
Yes.
I'm giving Dottie a look. I'm like, look at Dottie. I look at Dan. I'm like, are we a coven now?
I'm gonna kind of hang out.
I don't know. Am I invited? I'm sorry. I don't usually get invited. Like I don't like nobody usually asks me to do anything, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, did you find your journal?
I mean, it's fine if we're not. It's cool. I just
Friday night and Saturday morning last week.
Yes, I did.
Shit, we all found it on the same night, and I look and I go, Critter, love that idea. Critter Coven, love it. And then I go, who's this guy again?
I'm Dan Bailey.
Dan, he's Dan.
I thought you were Dan
Bailey.
Dan.
Dan Daly. I can't remember. Dan Daniels.
Your name's on
I can't even
Zoom.
remember my own name.
Dan Daly.
I'm playing my character so well.
Dan Daly's someone from the news who's better than me.
No, I'm Dan. He's Dan Daniels. No, a girl's talking to me. I'm sorry. I'm not used to that.
Oh God. This is Dan, I guess.
Yeah, I'm Dan. Hi.
Hey, Dan. And then I look over and I'm like, Grandpa over there. Cool, pretty cool.
So I'm actually.
What's
I'm
Grandpa
gonna-
up to? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Grandpa's
Grandpa's
already
actually-
army crawling under the police
Skull cap on.
Just a grenade out of nowhere.
No.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
here comes
kidding.
Troy's
No.
surprise weapon.
I'm surprised that
Grandpa-
wasn't a spell. Trying to spell is grenade.
Glock. Yeah.
Grandpa actually
Abracaglock.
has- Yeah. Grandpa actually has some pretty serious emergency medical training, from his days in the military. So he's going to head over to the ambulance and kind of try to intercept the EMS folks that are bringing the body. And he's going to pull his pager off of his belt because he has a pager. And he's going to say, "Hey, I got a page out here. Do you guys need help with anything? I heard there was an unresponsive person found." Shut your whore mouth, Dan.
roll me 3d6 to try and convince the AMS folks for help.
Can I use my EMS/special operations training to give me a benefit on this?
Yes, but I'd have to double check. I don't quite remember the.
Basically, if it's a trait,
Let's
Okay.
you re-roll shit that's not
Yep.
Yeah.
So you could re-roll. So if this doesn't go
Oh.
well, I will say you are able to re-roll. You just cannot re-roll your omen die.
I got you.
Yep.
Oh shit! I got 2 5s and a 1, and one of my 5s was an omen dice.
Okay, it's a tie, so that doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
But that is a minor success.
well,
What's this?
technically, and since he's using his training, he can re-roll that 1 if he wants, right?
Yes, if you want to re-roll the one,
Go
you
for
may.
the triple.
Oh, okay.
super success. Yeah, roll another 5.
Nah, 4.
Okay, that's fine. That is still a partial success. So one of the EMS folks kind of looks back at you and just, oh, well, unfortunately, unresponsive is a bit of an understatement, sir. This gentleman needs to be taken to the hospital right away, although we appreciate the offer.
Wow, they call him a dead body and he's still alive?
No, he's not alive.
Oh, okay. It's like hospital.
I kind of look at the body as best as I can. I know you said they kind of put a sheet over it a little bit, and I say, "Did you guys call the medical examiner? They still want you to take him to the hospital? He's obviously dead."
Our medical examiner is meeting us there.
Gotcha. Okay.
At
Well,
this point, it's the easiest method to meet.
We've already got him in the ambulance. We have to bring it there.
And we're billing him for it.
I was gonna say, no problem, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything you do.
Kind of
And
gives you a nod. And I will say you are able to get with the partial success. Not only were they not total dicks to you, you are able to sort of see the body.
Okay.
It definitely still has, without getting too graphic, because I don't like it. It definitely has a lot of these same qualities in murder that were reported in the others.
yeah, just massive lacerations and yeah.
You can just you can just see the head and neck, and there is a big one across the throat that you can see. And you do recognize the face, and it is actually one of the folks you see very commonly at the soup kitchen.
Okay.
Younger woman, probably early 20s.
Am I able to tell based on the injury, just kind of looking at it? Does it look like it's like a clean cut from like maybe a blade or something, or does it look more like jagged?
Oh, no.
And I've
It
obviously
looks
dealt with
like
a
the
ton of
others.
injuries.
It looks like a wild animal got.
Okay. Looks like a claw or something. Or
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. I kind of nod, and I actually close one of the ambulance doors for the guys when they get loaded in.
Yep. They
give it
kind
the
of
old
give you
tap on the back when they drive away. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They give you the understanding. Yeah.
They start backing up. He's guiding them. All right, come on, you got it.
Oh, my hip! Fall down.
And as
Dottie puts her cigarette. Dottie puts her cigarette out on the cop car. Very important detail.
Oh gosh.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't think. You know what? Fuck them.
They get out and they just start kicking
Hell yeah, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I come back over to the other three of you. I'm making my way back around, and I just have a real just mad kind of upset look on my face. I'm kind of grumbling, like the old man grumble, like, and I come back and I'm like, yeah, well, recognize her from the food bank.
Oh no.
It's another one.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start looking around for a dumpster.
Yeah. At this point, the cops are clearing out. They pack up, head in the car, head out. So you guys are able to kind of move around more freely.
Nearby dumpster in the alley somewhere. I'm seeing raccoons right now.
Oh wow. We're going back.
Oh
to
my
Let's
God.
go.
All right. So there is a dumpster in the alley. Wait, what?
Yay. Thank you for the follows, everybody.
Thank you so much for, we just hit, what was that?
90.
90.
90 followers?
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. We love you. So there is definitely a dumpster down further in that alley. And so you are trying to
See if there's any little fuzzy buddies in here that I can talk.
all right.
I forgot that's her ability. I'm like, she's just looking for animals because she's a.
Roll me your
why I call you critter.
3d6.
I call you critter.
No matches, but the omen die is not higher than my highest roll.
And remind me what your traits are.
Got one.
My traits are.
Because did you say one was good with animals?
People. I am perceptive and instinctual.
I will say that your kinship with animals will allow you to re-roll that.
Just snatches a pigeon out of the air. Tell me what you saw.
Still no matches. It wasn't meant to be.
Okay.
Can't get my point across to
I'll save my raccoon voice for later.
Yes. A strange man in a trench coat approaches you.
Yeah, no, we were mentioning the raccoons in a trench coat. I was like, I can talk to a raccoon. Like a raccoon that's like very, very focused on not letting me know that it's got Eglyn's best eggs, like only 2 left. It's just like, it needs to make
Nancy Alice.
That was another stream of ours, just in case anyone like, yeah.
I offer the raccoon a Werther's original for information.
Oh, geez.
Good times.
If there are any animals in the alley, Corinne, you don't hear any.
No.
But I will say, being perceptive, you do hear someone else further, like a person further down the alley. You hear like the sound of someone like sniffling.
Oh, someone's crying. Okay.
Yep, and you gain a mana back for the fail, so you're back to 3.
Like they were all just failing on our spells.
While she's doing that, I guess
Yeah, I
like,
didn't use one.
the rest of the 3 of us are standing out there just like watching her, and like Dan's phone dings and he just looks at it, and it is an affirmation. It's literally the cat like hanging on saying, "Don't let go, don't give up."
Wait, hold on. Dan, I have an important question. Does it read it out loud?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys just hear a ding out of Dan's pocket, and he picks up his phone, and a little voice just goes, "You are worthy of love."
And he's like,
I kind of look over at him and I say, "I'm sorry, what'd you say, son?"
no, nothing. That was just one of those messages. Yeah.
Does he have like a really old like hand-me-down suit or shoes or anything?
No, it's not hand-me-down. It just doesn't fit him right.
Okay.
It just looks,
nothing ever fits you right because you have a weird shaped body.
like nothing ever fits him right. It's always rumpled, and it's just like, he just is like it could be $1,000 suit. He would still look bad in it. He's just one of those people. Yeah.
Just too gangly, too sharp.
Yeah.
And also just another quick thing brought up by Ben, trait stack. So you can use multiple on a single roll. So it's like So if you had 2 different traits that applied, you could get 2 rerolls.
I think Amber did. I mean, she had perceptive and animals are better than people, but it's up to you if animals are better than people is.
No, I said animals that are better than people was the one that she rerolled for. I said because she's perceptive, she's the one that would hear someone sniffling down further in the alley.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out anyway.
I'm gonna walk toward the sniffling, cutting like a wide berth. I'm cautious about this. See if I can spy who is sniffling.
So you kind of start making your way down, and it's dark, it's late, but you can just kind of see out of the flicker of the streetlights. There is someone kind of like curled over on themselves. You kind of they've kind of got a blanket kind of half around them. It's another local homeless person. And he looks like he's like cradling something in his arms and he's sniffing. Like he was definitely crying.
Can the rest of us see her? Or
oh yeah, you definitely see her going down the alley.
we should.
Yeah.
I'm standing there out of like my body language says I am uncomfortable and unsure because this is people things.
Oh yeah, we should like follow her. This is your friend, right? I say.
Yeah, I look over
Daddy.
and I'm like, yeah, high school classmate, sure. Hey, and then I'm just like, Corinne, where the hell are you going? And yeah, that's where I'm just
and I'll just like follow and look, but occasionally having to stop and pick up sticky notes that I dropped.
I just sort of point toward the sniffling individual.
Dan, as a fun note, your sticky notes do regularly fall out of your manila folder, with the exception of the ones that hold your spells. Those never move.
Yeah, so it's really just my own notes to myself that I lose. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I guess if Dottie's gonna be the first one to get there, and if Corinne is not gonna interact with this homeless person,
They saw something. I'll just say quietly to Dottie, like, you should find out, not me.
as much as
I don't know, people crying. I
Dottie's a punk and she's kind of like standoffish, but she's not gonna be rude for the sake of rude. So like she gets down, like she crouches down and kind of like puts an arm on the blanket and it's just like, hey dude,
hey dude,
you all right?
He kind of looks up and like startles at your hand on his shoulder.
Oh, it's cool, dude. It's
He's a guy in about probably his mid-30s. He has long brown hair that's kind of tied into like a loose man bun almost. He looks like he's been crying for a while. And he just kind of cops all gone?
yeah, man. Yeah, they're out of here.
How do you like actually relax? Okay.
Was that a friend of yours or did you see anything?
Didn't know her well, but shared food whenever we crossed paths. It was cool.
Yeah, man. Were you in this alley too? Or
I just woke up, man. I woke up when I heard the cop sirens coming. Oh yeah, we have a hydrate in chat.
you said he woke up when the
Hydrate?
siren came?
Yeah, he woke up when he heard the sirens coming.
Did was it just you in here and were people already gone? Did you see anybody running or?
Oh no, when I woke up it was just me here and then them, and then I saw her, but I didn't want to get any closer. As soon as I heard the cops coming, and he kind of gestures like kind of back to the other side of the dumpster where he could easily hide.
Yeah, no, I get that, man. Totally. I'm sorry, man. You should probably maybe not stay in this spot tonight.
No, I know. You hear anything?
Not anything new. And then I look over at everybody else and I'm just like, although I'm not.
I'm crawling around the alley looking for tracks for scat or anything.
I look over and I'm like, I'm not the best at like noticing those things, but from what we heard, nothing was any different than lately. And then I look at Bob and I'm like, you talk to the medical people. What was?
I'm kind of still down the alley towards the entrance. I'm kind of keeping watch for you guys, but
Okay.
if you call my name, I'll kind of make my way towards you.
Yeah, I think that I'd probably be like, hey Bob, like totally loud and boisterous, just because that's just Dottie. And she's like,
yeah,
yo, Bob,
start making my way down the alley, and you notice I'm a little uncomfortable moving down the alley. I kind of glance back behind my shoulder and I'm looking up and all around and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Make my way down to you, and I say, as I'm getting close to you, I say, what's up?
You find out anything from those medical people? And like I show you, like this guy's like sitting up at this point with like the blanket over him or whatever.
Do I recognize this person, Sarah?
Yeah, actually, you've seen this guy before. His name is Carver.
Carver.
You recognize Carver. He's been in the food shelter a bunch. He has been he struggles with memory because he has a what's the word I'm looking for?
PBI?
No, a severe dependence on alcohol.
Oh.
Okay. Gotcha. Wernicke's encephalopathy.
But other than that, he is actually he is a really nice guy. But he just has a lot of stuff going on.
I walk over to him and I say, hey, Carver.
Oh.
How you doing?
Real nervous, man. It was Jenny.
I saw.
Fuck.
Listen, you should find a place to stay tonight, Carver. I don't think it's safe out here. With everything that's going on, I don't think the cops are finding any leads. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you, you know?
Shelters are always full, man.
Well, if worst case scenario, you can crash on the couch at my place tonight.
He kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of squeezes a little. You're too nice for your own good, Sarge. And even if that wasn't your rank, a lot of the folks at the kitchen, as soon as they find out you're military, they call you Sarge as a genuine respect.
That's funny.
I look at him and I say, it's not liquor in that bottle, is it?
No, sir. And he holds it up, and if you sniff it, it is actually just water.
Proud of you, Carver. You're doing a good job.
Dottie's like, damn.
And now, Corinne, you said you were searching for animal tracks or anything.
Yeah, I'm crouching low, using my cell phone flashlight. I'm looking around, see how much blood there is, see if I see any sign of tracks, claw marks, feathers, fur, weird scat. I'm just forensicing my way around here. I think vet tech. I'm I'm a vet tech. I know what I'm doing.
roll me 3d6, and I will say perception will definitely apply here.
All right. God dang it. I will reroll one of these. No bueno. No omens, but no bueno.
Okay. I will say animals are better than people probably would also apply here if you want to try again.
I'm just rolling the dice to different dice now. I just don't know.
Okay. There's tracks here, but there's nothing this is a definitive animal track. It's just I don't know, there were animals here.
It's muddy.
And it's a mess. It's a mess.
I mean, tracks don't leave.
Is there a lot of blood? Can I see that much? Or is there surprisingly not a lot of blood for some important pieces?
No, there's blood.
Okay.
There's definitely blood.
So probably not drank most of vampire. Oh my God.
I'll tell Carver, I would imagine I live somewhere close by. I'll tell Carver my address and my apartment number, and I'll pull out the key to my apartment and I'll say, why don't you go ahead and get heading that way? Help yourself. There's some leftovers in the fridge if you're hungry.
I appreciate it, man. He gives you the is this the bro thing?
Yeah, I'll help him up too. I'll kind of help him up off the ground.
Ben is in chat encouraging the rolls. I know, I'm sorry.
For everything.
Yeah. Dottie looks at Bob and it's like, damn, Grandpa, you're cool as hell.
Oh, it's better than him being a body tomorrow.
Okay.
I will say,
like, is the coven, is it coven time? And then I'm like, oh, hey, Dan.
Hey. And just as she says that, there's another ding. And then you hear like, you are in control of your life and the choices you make. And he just like grabs his phone and like silences it as soon as possible.
When it says that, I look at it, I kind of look at him and I go, you're right, we are.
Troy, how
Every
close
time
is
his
your
phone
place?
says something, I'm going to think it's him.
Troy, how close is your place?
Close, like 2 blocks away.
Very close.
I have one more idea. I kind of need a private place for it, though.
I like look myself up and down real quick, like just to make sure I'm not wearing like fucking swag or something. I look at you and I say,
Does your place have a tub?
it's got
Man,
a
you gonna let her just do
tub. So it's even got a seat in the tub.
All right, I'll kind of look at this kind of ramshackle fucking plucky like coven that I've got going on here, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look at Dottie specifically here, like, don't leave me alone with these randos. In my eyes.
on that, like right as she's looking at you and pleading.
Let's walk Carver back to Bob's place and. I'll show you
well,
I learned.
did Carver already start heading that way?
a little bit, but it's not like he's gotten far. He actually had to take a second to like fold his blanket back into his bag and saw that.
When Corinne looks at Dottie and pleads with her eyeballs to not leave her alone with these weirdos, I look at Dottie and I say, "Want to catch a ride?" And I point to my trike.
Dan does.
Absolutely not. Yeah, and then I just go like, maybe Dan.
What?
You look like you could use a little adventure.
no, no, motorcycles. You're very traumatic head injuries can happen with them.
Statistically speaking.
Seize the day.
Yes. And it is like, fine. And it is, he'll ride on the back. Like, just like
no, sorry.
I'll just drop the address into my GPS and get some Google walking instructions with Dottie to the.
Yeah, it's right down the street per like old man direction.
So you're not
it's
gonna
this building was. Take a left and then right across the street from where this old place used to be. It's right there.
Dan's waiting to get on the trike, and then Bob just
takes off, and Dan's like, "Oh!" Like a blast of sticky notes just fly into the air, and he's just like, "Oh!" And he just puts them back in his manila envelope and walks after follows parade.
Oh my god, that was amazing! Yes.
So exactly the 5 of you make it back to Bob's apartment, apartment, house, condo.
I'm gonna say it's in a big, huge apartment complex.
Okay, yeah, big old complex.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don Boyd. I'm sorry, I love you. He said Don will be the one to end the world. New message. I mean Dan.
Yep. My name is actually Dan.
So you guys make it to the apartment.
Oh, hold on. And since Dan got left in the dust by Bob, can we all be in the middle of a conversation by the time he finally walks up and we're like, "Oh, Dan."
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So you're in there, you're having a conversation, and all of a sudden you hear at the door, ding! I put my energy into things that matter to me. Hello.
The weakest knock on the door.
Yes, it's like,
oh yeah, Dan. 4 people in the coven. We've seen The Craft. Dan in.
And actually, when Corinne brings up The Craft, I'm just like, "Oh, damn, Corinne, that's a good movie. Good pull.
Right? Yeah, right. Okay. Hey, we like something that's similar. Okay.
I'm gonna get some Egos going in the poster.
All right. I am gonna like take off my jacket and my outerwear, like hang it over a chair. And I'm gonna look at my coven here. This is a little awkward. I'm gonna say,
oh, it's hysterical.
I'm gonna use your tub. I apologize about the mess in advance. Dottie, you can watch if you'd like. And I'm gonna go into the bathroom.
I look over at Dan and Bob and Carver, and I'm just like, I mean, how do you say no?
How do you say no?
Bob has a sudden rush in blood pressure and has to sit down.
Dan's just like, does this sort of thing usually happen?
He goes,
you can create the life you desire.
Yeah, and Dottie follows Corinne into the bathroom and like loudly speaking, it's just like, damn, Corinne, I didn't expect you to be such a freak.
I laugh at that.
Corinne says, it's just a process. Think of it like biology.
Yeah, I've been through a few
Science, sort of, but not.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna strip down, like kind of fold my clothes, put it aside, and I'm gonna take out like a tuft of dog hair from my pockets because I keep little bits of fur from my patients.
From behind the door, you just hear Dottie go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And you'll hear like Corinne's talking in a very normal speaking tone. She's not really embarrassed or anything. She just says, when I finish, there's going to be some flesh and things left behind. I need you to save a little piece of it for me.
Okay, yeah. Dottie nods, but also takes out her notebook and just goes, hold on, I have to write about this.
As this is happening, like all you can hear them because Dottie's talking very loudly and shit. And meanwhile, Carver, myself, and Dan are sitting at the table with like 3 plates and a bunch of Eggos. And I'm just like,
Silence.
You're up. Better?
Carver just kind of.
I'm gonna take this little tuft of dog fur and I'm gonna swallow it and I'm gonna cast my shape-shifting spell.
What kind of dog are you now, Corinne?
It's a kind of shepherd mix.
Oh.
That was the patient of the day.
Accidental terrier.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Smaller than a German shepherd. The mix is on the smaller side, but you can tell it's got the saddle pattern and everything. One of the ears is flopping a little bit. Cute boy.
Yeah, she's fucking adorable.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. Like my body's like, and then like my skin splits and bits of flesh fall off and there's fur and stuff underneath. And the sounds you hear coming out of that bathroom, guys. You're like, what the fuck?
Dan's just like,
I look at Dan and I say, she better not have drank all my Miralax.
Oh my god.
And then you just hear like a very chipper, like, woof, like a little bark.
Yeah, and Dottie just goes, holy shit. You are so much cooler than I thought you were, critter. And I get down, I start petting you, and I'm like, oh, is this weird? Are you?
Tail's wagging. This is all right.
And I'm just like,
Shapeshift, I get some of the moods and feels and instincts of my new form. So
and then I write down a few, like, hold on a second. And then I'm writing down a few, like, just like lines about like the sound of bones squelch.
fucking metal ass.
Yeah, like, and then I'm just like, wow, that was fucking crazy. And then I grab and then I pick up like a gross piece of your flesh and I'm like, oh my God. Oh, Bob, you have bags? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, Drew, under the sink, there's some bags. Do you want to run one of those in real quick?
Drew?
No,
He answers to it.
okay, and he just takes a bag and goes in. He doesn't even correct you. He just goes in.
Like, oh my God.
And then you hear, as he goes in, you hear, ding. I am allowed to say no to others and yes to myself. And he just like knocks on the door and just kind of like hands the bag around but doesn't look in.
Actually, is the second the door opens, does Corinne go out or?
Yeah, dog just right.
Yep, I'm gonna hop out of the tub. I leave some little bloody paw prints on the linoleum as I walk on down. But my fur is mostly dry. There's actually not too much gore on my entirely new form. Most of it shedded off, kind of. So not too much of a nightmare. But I'm a cute little shepherd mix, medium-sized dog at one ear that's a little floppy.
And he's just like,
I look at you all and I just start like sniffing. Ears point up, sniffing, like, and I walk toward the door and I do a circle.
Dottie walks out with a little flesh in a bag and just goes, all right, let's follow Corinne. Why did she get the cool shit?
wait, what, shit, what?
Yeah. No. Gross. Come on. Let's go.
Like, what happened to my bathroom?
Carver just like
He's like, how fucked up am I? It was water.
he's just confirming. Not alcohol, not alcohol.
Oh, actually, Bob, do you have any alcohol in the house?
No.
Damn it. That's the second time. And actually, like Dottie asks and just goes like, oh, just so this guy doesn't get any, do you have any alcohol? And you say no. And she goes, fuck. And then actually, can Dottie roll to see if he has any good pills in the bathroom?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
By
can.
flaw. I mean,
Sure.
Some of that good, some of that Cialis.
I mean, honestly, I don't even think I should do this, just because it like flaws are gonna burn my traits and spells and stuff. But I'm gonna do it.
I don't see why not.
Stolen car, Randy. Play a character like a stolen car.
Yeah, that's totally. I got a partial success. Do I re-roll for the 3? Is punk? Is it punk as fuck to steal medication? I don't think it is.
No, not criminal.
Medication from the elderly is not punk rock.
No, it is not at all. It is not at all.
How's your Omen die looking?
It's tied for highest.
Okay.
I think what we should do is, since it's a partial success, if you want to snag some pills, I think there's a chance you snag a pill that's not going to do what you think it's going to do. Because I've got quite a few in there. I'm talking blood thinners. I'm talking like anti-seizure medication, rheumatoid arthritis medicine, like all kinds of shit.
I was hoping for the stuff that, for your anxiety.
Here's what we're gonna do. Is Dottie, you get if you got a good mix of pills. Troy, I want you to whisper me in Zoom what Dottie finds.
And I will cross off because I got a partial success and my flaw was involved. I have to burn either a trait or a spell. So I'm gonna.
You have to?
Whatever list you're sending to Sarah Troy, add an Altoids mint.
Oh no! Even more additionally,
Werther's candy.
Even more additionally, it says here actually the player whenever the GM decides a character's flaw would apply to the situation, the player treats partial successes as failures unless they choose to burn a trait.
Yeah, so you don't have to. Yeah, you just.
So I can either partially succeed or.
I think you're fine.
Okay.
Just trust me on this.
Okay.
Just trust me on this.
Sorry.
How many
I'm playing my type, which is druggy.
How many different kinds of pills do you grab?
No, I just picked the one that I think is the most.
Okay, you just get
fun.
one kind. Okay, cool. Perfect. We will have plans. Yeah, you got something.
Oh, great. Good.
And then do you guys follow Corinne back outside?
Yeah. Oh, 100.
Walkies, we're going walking.
Corinne is like my new best friend. I'm just like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Plus, I also have her skin, so I kind of need
you have my skin. We're bros now.
I started writing a new song called Pieces of You.
Oh my
God. Carver looks at Bob and just goes, I'll hold down the fort till you guys get back from walking your dog.
Like, don't go.
We'll be back. We'll be back. Just try to get some sleep, okay?
Can do.
There is a spare bathroom down the hall. Probably use that one.
Like I have a bedpan in my room. No.
It's one of those bottles you just pee in that he stole from the hospital. You know those hospital pee bottle.
Yeah, you can use my catheter. Rips it out.
Once again, Ben, I like to apologize.
Sorry.
And remind you that, less to Ben because he knew it was getting informed, more to anyone on the Kickstarter viewing this because you didn't. All right, yeah. So you guys make your way. Are you guys heading?
Sniffing with my new and improved sniffer for any strange smells that are not people-y and not cat-y or rat-y or raccoon-y. Weird smells,
Okay. Roll me your die. Roll me a 3d6.
I still don't know that everybody has these books.
Got it.
Right?
I was actually just going to say that at what point do we learn that Bob has these abilities too, that he's not just a nice old guy?
I mean, so far you have no idea.
No one's questioned it.
Coven, oh my God, that's right. You didn't like have a journal. You were sitting next to me, so I assumed you were part of the journal club, but you're totally not.
Nope,
We just
totally
added
not.
old guy. His magic is old to our coven.
Because of all of you using
Cool.
magic, I was the only one that's been successful in anything so far.
Hey, I just succeeded. I matched 3s, baby. Just
Oh.
partial success.
Oh, well,
Partial success. And how's the Omen die look?
The Omen die is a 2.
Okay.
can she re-roll though because she's perceptive?
If you would like to reroll.
Oh, but
feel free.
that
No,
brings up
I'm
the
gonna
trouble
roll
of
that.
Omen die. Yeah.
Yep.
The
Okay.
Omen die.
Yeah, so you sniff around and the there's you pick up the basic things up front: smell of blood, smell of person, smell of recent pigeon shit,
Mhm.
and
City.
then
Mhm.
city, generic city,
Urine. The whole alley smells like urine.
Touching
Yep.
pigeons.
and then you get a very strong perfume scent. You didn't notice it at first because there was the
Chanel
the smell
number
of
5.
city is overwhelming, and you were searching. But now with dog nose, you pick up a very distinct scent that's somewhere between perfume and incense.
Interesting. I'm gonna sniff around and see if I can find like a little object or anything that maybe has it on it.
Dan's like, Chanel number 5. No, it's much
You-
older.
Try to get down to a strong source of something.
Number 3.
You kind of continue sniffing around, and you get up to the dumpster, and you can just barely see underneath it. There's something shiny under there that also has that scent on it.
Ooh, I'm gonna get down there, put my little nose under the dumpster and start pawing, trying to scrape the thing out.
You start kind of scratching at it, and then it pops out in front of you, and it is a small. Try now.
Sorry.
It's a silver band ring.
I will
With-
growl at it.
The ring does not growl back. I'm sorry.
Growling at it. I look at my coven. I growl at the ring. I circle it. This is evidence.
Dan will pick it up.
Yeah, so it is at first it kind of just looks like a plain silver ring, but on the inside there are there's a small engraving on the inside of 3 stars.
Evidence. I look proud of myself. I'll do one more lap around the alley to make sure the perfume smell does not have a trail anywhere that I could follow.
Roll me another 3d6
All right.
because it would be tougher.
Matched ones, but my Omen die is the highest die.
Oh.
Okay.
This is good though.
So I will start with the partial success, and that you can smell it going out of the alley and further down the, what's the fancy word?
Promenade.
Concourse?
Concourse. Smell it going further down the concourse. However, something feels weird. And for a second, you're like, wait, something is happening. And you start to get this like overwhelming nausea from the scent.
I growl. I start getting drooly. My hackles raise.
And then the smell of the city grossness and the blood, everyone starts to be able to smell it, and it starts to become overwhelming to the senses.
The light.
I saved this from last time, baby. We got the red lights for Omens back. And you guys all start to feel this scent envelop you, and it's dizzying. And it takes a lot for you guys to just kind of hold on and keep your focus. But one by one, you all end up passing out where you stand.
Oh no.
Just as Dan passes out, his phone dings, and it says, "It's okay to not be okay."
And that's one Omen down, guys.
I think just as I pass out, that you said that was a very strong smell of blood.
Yes.
I think I'll kind of start to have like a flashback right as that starts happening, and then I lose consciousness.
And just around,
You're crawling around in the wet alley looking for a comrade who's shot or something.
Yeah, trying to find cover or something like that.
And just to round it all out, Dottie just goes, "Never take pills from an old man."
What was that? Oh shit.
You guys wake up
Shit.
sometime in the morning.
Are we still in the places we were, or have we like moved?
Am I still a dog?
Because when you made your spell, you specified you had to eat your flesh again. Yeah, you're still a dog.
All right. If I don't eat my flesh, going to change back. Bad things happen. I don't necessarily never return, but there are complications.
Yeah, because you didn't actively try and turn back, you are still dog. So you guys wake up back where you were.
In the alley still?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Is it still night?
It's about sunrise. So it's been a couple hours.
Kind of.
Dog noises.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I'm coming, critter. I'm coming.
Ding! I am successful. I am confident. I am powerful. I am strong. I am getting better and better every day. All I need is within me now. I wake up motivated. I am an unstoppable force of nature. And he's just like, just kind of like crawls out from underneath the pile of trash.
I just run over and I grab his phone and I shake his down.
I definitely kick Dan awake. I'm like, shut that off, dude. And I call Corinne over and I open the little Ziploc bag with her flesh in it. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this part.
Oh. I'm just going to look at it and like kind of look up and down the alley and just,
like
I'm going to lead the way back toward the apartment. I'm like,
gotcha.
I'm on a mission.
Yep. So you guys head your way back. And who had the ring? Was it Dan?
Dan
Dan has it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, you guys
Get
head
back
back.
in. Bob can make some more Eggos. I'm going to eat my flesh and turn back.
Yeah, when you guys get back, Carver is curled up asleep on the couch.
Nice.
I'm a little late getting back. I'm probably a couple minutes after everybody else gets there. And I walked in and I start just making some coffee.
I'll be courteous and I'll scoop up the remaining flesh and stuff from the bottom of the tub and throw it in the trash and I'll take a shower before I get dressed again.
Yep, you return to personhood normally.
Come back.
I go when she's done in the shower, or maybe before you're in the shower. Did you go straight into the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. After she gets out of the shower, I go to the bathroom to look for some of my medication.
Drama.
How keen of an eye does Bob keep on his RXs?
Oh, dude, old people in their
Well,
medication. Are you kidding me?
it just so happens that he's looking for
Yeah, you notice what's missing. What's missing.
a specific medication, and I don't see the bottle in there.
Yeah, and Dottie, you're a little drowsier than normal.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble coming to life, and I'm just like, all right, Bob, you got coffee? Give me.
Oh no! I'm supposed to. Oh, hold on.
We're all like the worst hangover ever. Just like,
Greg. Yeah, it's no, it's actually Dan. But I'm not gonna be making it into work because I'm really sick today. Yeah.
Corona hangs up.
Okay. Corona.
Dottie in the background just yells, "PTO, Greg, respect it."
Yeah.
Now that I can.
As you're about to hang up the phone, Dad, you hear Greg from the other end. Yeah, Dave's not making it in. Click.
Ding! You are important. People respect you.
I'm like, have some coffee. And I'm going to say, there was almost a perfume smell in the
the ring, and he pulls it out.
It was weird. It's not like a fragrance that you'd get in Bed Bath and Body Works or anything like that. Had some kind of reaction to it.
You just combined two stories.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Okay.
It worked out really well.
Yeah, Bed Bath & Body
That's
works.
perfect.
Yep. I had some kind of reaction to it. It was really weird. It's on the ring. I think maybe it smells
Smelled
pretty
like
fresh.
blood.
I feel like it might be related. And I'll hold my hand out for the ring. I want to take a look at it now that I have thumbs.
Dan will hand it over.
Better
Dottie leans over to sniff it.
Yeah, can I smell it in human form on the ring?
Yeah.
Not as strong, but yeah.
Yeah, you can vaguely smell the perfume incense on it. It does have that metallic smell of silver.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see those 3 stars on the inside.
Gonna run a little Google image search on that 3 stars.
Yeah, so roll me dice just because Google is a strange mistress and the algorithms always lie.
Matched 2s and the Omen dice is not the highest.
Okay. So you see a lot. Sorry, Ben in chat's making very night. He just said, Mike, you're home into a yam at Bed Bath & Body Works.
Yam. Oh, that's so good.
Awesome callback.
My heart belongs to him.
That's so good.
So you get a bunch of results at first because it's a very generic design. They're not stars that stand out.
A lot of basic bitch tattoos.
It's a lot of basic bitch tattoos. But
Ew.
does look vaguely familiar to you, like you've seen it somewhere else before.
Is it some sort of insignia for military?
No, you would look at this and it's definitely not military related.
Is it related to numerology or magic in some way, shape, or form that I could use my good with numbers and my weird Tibetan
Roll me 3d6
okay.
to try and pull something with stars out your ass.
I pulled nothing out of my ass, but the Omen die is not the highest, but I get a mana. So sweet.
Okay.
Can I use Punk to think about if I know any like tattoo parlors that like would be like?
That's kind of hard to say because it is a very basic design, and you could probably bring that to any tattoo parlor and then get it done within an hour or less.
Okay, fair enough.
But you guys all have definitely seen it somewhere before.
Is it on the towers anywhere? Is it like a logo?
Corporate logo.
Of course. King and Queen.
You guys would probably have to go back and look. You know it's not either the King or Queen logos, because their logo it's like it's one of those like weird, sleek, modern designs that's distinctive and means nothing, but is iconic of the corporation kind of deal.
Just like a logo that
They're going more minimalistic.
Yeah.
It's minimalistic and yet also very overcomplicated all at once.
Okay.
You said the body was between one of the tower buildings and a theater?
Yeah, there was next to between the Queen building and an old theater. The old theater used to be it was like an old-fashioned movie theater. But now it's kind of rented out as a general black box performance space. So sometimes there's smaller theater groups that go there.
Nice.
Dottie, you've played there with your band before. It's just a local performance space now, but its name has changed so many times. People literally just call it the old Concourse Theater.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, well, if the sun went down the concourse of ways, maybe we just walk in that direction and look around and see if anything looks familiar.
Sounds like a good idea.
We could also stop by if we can find out where the bodies are being held by the medical examiner. I can get my hands on a rat.
Wouldn't that be the morgue?
If Grandpa thinks the body would have been transferred from the hospital by now.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Some hospitals have morgues in them, so I don't know if this is a big city. That's very possible. But when we all kind of gather up and start walking, I'm gonna try to pay close attention to see if I can hear the jingle of a pill bottle in someone's pocket.
That depends if someone took the pills already.
I was gonna. I don't think I took the whole pill bottle. I think I just like popped a few pills. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. So we don't hear anything.
Do you want to roll for it?
No, but what I do want to find out is that Bob can do magic. So, like, I think at this point, Dottie just kind of like, as she's making coffee in the morning for everybody, feeling like absolute shit, she's kind of like looking around and just kind of scoping out, trying to find out more about Bob here.
Okay. Well, you know all the meds that I take.
Yep. I don't know what they do, but I'm like, that one doesn't sound fun. This one, maybe?
Yeah, my apartment is pretty plain. I don't have a ton of stuff. I do have like a big collection of like DVDs, and then
Not even Blu-ray, just DVDs.
Yeah, just DVDs.
Are you dad?
And then oh god, and then I have yeah. I mean, there's really nothing that's kind of crazy out of the ordinary. I don't have any like military memorabilia anywhere visible, like unless you were in my bedroom. But yeah.
He's just an old guy who has a conveniently placed apartment for this group of young witches.
And your notebook is on your person. You didn't leave it out. Okay. All right. In that case,
everybody knows about magic and creatures and stuff, so he's just going along for the ride.
Have you had my waffles? They are magical.
Man knows how to make a mean ego.
Yeah.
Mean ego. All right, let's take a stroll up and down the concourse and look out for any star symbols, anything that looks weird, catch any whiffs of perfume, and just sort of think about our next move, whether that's me getting my hands on a rat or not.
Yeah. Before you guys go, I will say, Dottie, since you're specifically looking around the apartment, can you roll me 3d6 for your search?
Nothing. And
Okay.
Omen is not highest.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Cool beans. So you start making your way.
Like we are really blowing these rolls.
Yeah, we really are.
How different this game would be if we hit a single.
Are you taking mana every time you fail though? Because you do get mana.
Oh no. I should have like 2 more men. Okay.
So you guys start making your way around the concourse, looking out.
I'm gonna burn 3 mana and learn a new spell and learn the 3rd spell that I wrote down. So
fancy.
Say.
I've never been on like a mission before. This is great.
Do I hear as we're leaving, heading towards the concourse, Sarah? Do I hear the pills rattling on anybody's person?
She didn't take the bottle. She
didn't
just
take the pill
popped
bottle.
a few.
Oh, you just took a few pills. I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
took a few pills.
Gotcha.
Friend's just like so tired. She's just like yawning. She like worked all fucking night and like turned into a dog and then passed out. And unconsciousness is not the same thing as sleep.
Yeah, your body feels like it slept in a really weird position. It just so happened to be
as a dog.
I'm gonna check out the old concourse theater, just because Dottie's played there before, so she wants to walk in and ask anybody there if they've heard or seen anything about like
Yes, you had there. There's no regular like owners that are there. But they do have a building maintenance woman who's there like every day.
Do I know her?
Yeah, you know her. Her name's Rose. She's in like her like mid 50s, and you look at her and you're like, that's who I want to be as an old lady.
Exactly.
Like Rose is that bitch.
Never get out the game, right? Like always be.
No, so
some theater shit.
Yeah, like you and Rose have this like the mutual rat respect, and she sees you and she's like, well, look who's early this morning.
Yeah, not by choice, Rose.
Didn't think so. What's going on, kid?
Nothing. So you heard about what happened last night?
Oh yeah, heard it. Saw the remnant. They're barely cleaning up after him. It's awful.
Well, they just keep happening. They're not figuring anything out.
Yeah.
I was like kind of close by last night. I was over at Tito's.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, well, and me and some friends kind of, it was pretty recent, so we went over to check it out and stuff like that. But Did you guys have a show last night or anything?
Last night, no.
No?
No, there was this improv group that did rehearsal here last night, but they left by like
Oof,
I
awful.
don't know, 8:30 or something. Oh yeah, you know. They're high schoolers, they're fine. You know, whatever.
They're fine.
They left by like 8:30 or something.
Okay. And nobody else after that? Nobody, let anybody crash around here or anything?
Wish I could. Technically not allowed to.
Yeah.
I can only sneak people in so many times before I get fired.
Yeah. Well, by who, though? I mean, like, doesn't this place, like, not really, isn't it kind of like community?
Technically, she kind of just like, technically the Casanova's own the building.
Like everything else.
Exactly.
They give a shit, though?
No, but they've got this new middle management guy now that comes in and checks on the place sometimes.
Oh, is that Greg?
Sounds awful. Oh, and then I look over and I go, oh, this is Dan.
Hi, I'm nice to meet you. Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, watch. And I count down and I'm like, 3, 2, 1. And your phone dings.
Ding! I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow.
Yeah.
Now
Every
that
failure
is a
chance to
talent.
learn.
He's like embarrassed. Like, kind of.
No, yeah, introduce me to your friends. Who are these folks?
Oh, yeah. And then I look over, I'm like, this is Corinne. We went to high school together. She's into animals. And that's Bob. He's just
I know Bob.
Just Bob.
Bob, just Bob.
Yeah, Rose, Bob, you've seen Rose in passing. You guys have both lived in this area for fucking ever. You just know her.
Go to the Packy store and get some smokes together.
Yeah, you've bumped
We've
cigs off
definitely
each
shared some
other.
cigs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is Rose vampire, werewolf, fae, anything like that, or just human?
Rose is fae. But she looks human and looks like
Got the human glamour on.
Yeah, but she also finds it fun. Like she looks like Jamie Lee Curtis, but with more tattoos.
Dope.
I love it.
And she
Kind of in love.
probably normally looks like this like crazy ethereal fae and whatever, but she just likes looking like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
So like that's how you picture her.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but she is fae. Yeah.
Cool.
Burger has entered the scene. She wants dinner.
Oh.
My friend.
Okay, so basically I just go like, well, Rose, just want to let you know, Dottie and the Loners playing a show here next weekend. Expect you to be at the door.
Always.
Hell yeah, that's my girl. And I'm like, I got some new shit I've been writing. You're gonna love it. It's great. And then I'm like, do you mind if we just like walk around back, take the back entrance out to the alley and stuff like that? Just take.
Yeah, no. You know this place, kid. Don't worry about it.
All right, thanks.
Just don't make a mess. I already cleaned this shit up this morning.
I'm like, me, come on. And then I any chance there's just like a beer bottle or a booze bottle or anything like that.
Probably, yeah.
Grab
you
it.
find the one she missed.
And I'm just like, me, never. And I just snag it. And I'm like, come on, guys.
Finally.
We
All
could
right.
try to get into the morgue.
And then I'm like, Dan.
Let me check with a couple locals, see if they saw anything last night first. I think
I'd also like to make a pit stop
I'm
by
gonna take
the.
some crumbled bits of Eggo, and I'm going to throw them out to some of the local block pigeons.
I'm also going to take some Eggos down to the food kitchen. I think I'd like to scope out the soup kitchen too and see if.
Okay,
anybody
let's
there has
finish
heard
up what's
anything.
going on with the theater, and then we will
Okay.
continue our winding way around.
Get
Any,
some local pigeons. Pigeons roost on roofs and stuff at night to sleep usually, so maybe one of them saw or heard something last night.
So you have
With animals?
you have summoned pigeons, and
They
so you
all
are
shit
using.
on Dan.
All right, so roll me 3d6 to see how cooperative these pigeons are.
They land on Dan, and when he moves, they're startled and didn't realize.
Negative roll for the animals who better than people.
He was really
Absolutely.
and can I just do like a quick
No
walk-
bueno, and my omen die is the highest.
Oh, hydrate.
Amber, you hoe.
Oh man, I was about to ask if I could roll to do some like looking around the back of the theater and stuff like that, but now I'm afraid because that'd be the third omen.
Okay.
This is the second omen.
Well, if I roll, I would get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wait, could you use a reroll?
Can I
try to
still-
roll your other dice higher?
I did use my reroll. I rolled
Gee.
lower.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Remember.
So you throw out the
Oh, say
Yeah.
Ben says reroll for a
Roll
partial.
this
You can still
morning.
get a partial, even though we.
yeah, you can still get a partial success if
I did not. 6-2-1, baby.
6-2-1. Okay. Oh God.
Don't forget to
Okay.
get a mana.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got
Buy yourself a new spell if you keep racking up these failures.
So
Do like beast sense. Like that should be your
Pigeons are on a
new
fuck
spell.
you, feed me kind of mood this morning. Not very
Your
forthcoming.
third spell should be able to look through their eyes, go through their memories.
Seeing the world through the eyes of a pigeon. Oh my God.
Yeah. You come back feeling worse than when you slept as a dog.
Just children chasing you always whenever you try to eat.
Yeah, but you get to shit on things, which is pretty awesome.
It's true.
Just the memory of shitting on a guy.
Just like, oh, nice BMW.
Hey,
Blam.
Your boss.
Wow, that out of context, that little clip right there, that's some wild shit.
Some wild shit right there.
What? Honey, hi. My boyfriend's on his break and he gifted 2 tier 1 gift subs to
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for gifting subs to The Only Dead Loser and for my friend Wind Cricket. Hi.
The only dead loser. I love it.
Hi, honey. I hope work's going well.
Sarah, do you want to resolve this omen first?
Oh, that is what I am trying to do, in fact.
I didn't want to, yeah.
So,
Red light.
so you throw out the egos and you look out to your pigeon brethren and you try and communicate with them and all of their eyes turn to you. And the world for a moment falls silent. And then there is more noise as more and more pigeons arrive. They just like flutter in from every rooftop.
I do not have enough ego.
And they are standing.
Dan's just
And
like,
they're
oh,
all staring at you.
oh, jeez. Oh, and just like dropping.
Yeah, they are surrounding you,
dropping
Dan.
sticky notes.
They are surrounding all of you. And there's this like in this weird moment of pigeon silence, Dan, your phone just goes bing. You are going to have an adventure-filled day. And as it says that, the pigeons fucking swarm. There are pigeons everywhere. You guys are actually getting physically pushed around by pigeons.
Oh my
To the
God.
point where you guys actually
I'm swinging my hard shell base case at these pigeons and just
yeah, you are batting pigeons out of the sky, but it's like every time you hit a pigeon,
Oh, yeah.
more come.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where your vision is completely surrounded by pigeons. And as this happens, you get that sickly sweet smell of that incense perfume back in your nose, like tantalizing you. And you are just scratched up and swarmed, and you hear shouts coming from beyond the veil of pigeon as if more people are getting attacked by pigeons too. And then as soon as they come, they all go away. And you hear the sound of a distant ambulance.
What?
I'm just like hunched on the ground, like covering my face and my ears, like
What?
panting,
What?
bleeding a little bit.
I think like Dan has like his tie and his drab suit is like torn up and covered in pigeon crap, and like his hair's out of focus, and like there's feathers and like a random sticky note, just like kind of.
Everyone's beat up, but Dan is.
Yeah, Dan got the worst of it, and he's just like, why?
It's like, you do it now.
Why?
Something's very fucking wrong. That's not normal behavior.
That had to be magic. Troy, fucking Troy. That had to be magic. I think, like a spell to keep people off us.
I was just
Is
trying.
everybody okay?
Yeah, I
Is
think
everybody
so.
okay? Is everyone all right?
I
Where
mean,
is that smell
yeah.
coming from?
As soon as the pigeons vanished, so did the smell.
something is control. This sucks.
Hex or some kind of fey magic or something?
Sarah, I had the trait, or one of my traits is I'm very calm and level-headed under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible for me to see if I gained any additional information apart from the rest of the group while that was happening?
Yeah, like insight, like you learned to focus into on something.
Yeah,
Focus through the noise and the confusion and the yelling and
roll for it.
I am going to put a couple pigeon feathers in my pocket.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, smart.
No, partial failure or full failure, not a
Full
success.
fail. Okay.
So I guess if you'll allow me,
Roll though, because that's your tweet.
How's your omen die? I ask afraid.
what's that?
How's your omen die? Not the highest?
No, not the highest.
Okay. You can re-roll
your other 2 dice just in case.
Don't re-roll anything that could make your omen die the highest.
That's a smart technique.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. In that case, I'll re-roll the one that was a 2. So come on, 5. Nope, 2 again.
Okay.
Get a mana for failing though.
And
That's
can I
true.
still? Well, I guess it's too late for me to kind of do a perimeter sweep at this point. We kind of missed the point, I guess.
The perimeter has been swept by pigeons.
Yes, exactly.
Guys, I found feathers in the back alley.
If there was anything there, it's gone now because pigeons.
Okay. Well, wherever we go, can we stop and get something to drink, please? Like 9 in the morning. Please stop and get a drink.
Tito's is open 24/7.
Hell yeah. I'm
Back to Tito's.
right back. Just
I'm gonna go wash the pigeon crap off myself at Tito's bathroom.
Yeah, you guys walk through Tito's looking like shit.
Fixes his comb over.
No one bats an eye.
Well, nobody bats an eye at Dan anyway. So
no one bats an eye at Tito's either. They don't give a fuck.
Tuesday afternoon.
Dan, we
You're
need
like,
that
wow.
probability manipulation real soon. Please.
Yeah.
We're getting fucked.
I kind of, as we're all getting cleaned up and stuff, I say, maybe someone might have more information at the food bank. I don't know.
The food bank or the hospital morgue are our only leads.
we're not very good at being a coven, are we?
Well, no, we still have to figure out something about those.
But we're trying to be investigators right now more than a coven. Maybe we'd be better at coven shit. I'm new to this. I don't know.
Well, we still need to figure stuff out about that ring, right? We were looking for any kind of symbolism with that ring.
Let's go to Claire's. At the mall, Claire's.
There's a department store?
Department store?
It's like a teeny bopper fucking.
Yeah, it's like
Teeny
a tween.
bopper?
It's like a tween. It's like a
tween
tween
place. Yeah.
It's a tween boutique.
Yeah, a tween
yeah.
boutique. That's a nice way to put it. Claire.
Makeup and jewelry. Super cheap makeup and jewelry.
Boutique.
Where I got my ears pierced as a baby.
Oh yeah.
You still shop there, Sarah. Shut up.
They
Should
sell
we-
really good squishmallows, man. Of course I fucking do.
Squishmallow dealer.
Yeah, I think
Wanna go to the-
Bob's gonna get cleaned up and he's gonna say, I'll try my luck at the is it a food bank or is it a soup kitchen? I feel like we keep alternating.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
It's a soup
Yes.
kitchen that has a food pantry.
A soup bank, if you will.
It's a
Soup
soup
bank.
bank.
The best heist of all time.
It's
The
the soup
best.
bank.
Steal
It's
the
very
soup.
progressive.
Drive by,
if
they
you
just
will.
hand you a few soup cans.
Very, very progressive.
Oh God.
Oh,
God.
Got him.
Oh,
Okay.
God can't help us now. It's okay.
No.
Should we
God
split
has
up?
left the chat.
Ugh.
I could
Do you
try
split
to
up?
do the Borg.
Don't worry, we'll end the world soon.
Yeah.
That's not the goal of this one. We're doing poorly.
The worst #worst coven ever.
Question. So if Dan and Corinne want to go to the morgue, maybe Bob and Dottie go to the soup bank. And if we're going to the soup bank, maybe give me or Bob the ring. Because we can ask anybody there if they know if it belongs to anybody or if they've seen it around, because you're not going to get any info about that from the morgue, really.
Right. True.
Unless like you see like a ring indentation on a dead body, in which case, cool, we can assume, you know what I mean? You don't
That's a
need
good
to-
idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
Yep, let's do it. Split up cover ground.
All right,
Let's
we are
do
going to
pockets faster.
split
Split
the
the
party.
Party.
Right.
Oh, I really.
Dottie starts writing a new song called Soup Bank.
I want you guys.
I'll hand Dan a plastic sandwich bag, and I'll be like, in case I have to shape change again, just put some of my flesh in that for later. Thank you.
What? Oh, okay. He just sticks it in a pocket with it. He writes a sticky on it. He actually writes a sticky for
Flesh
Kareen,
bag.
puts it on it, and then puts it in his pocket. So he has a sticky that he knows it's for you.
Yep, I need to eat that.
Here's
by the way.
I want you guys to succeed so bad, but I also want the third omen to be rolled while you guys are split, so that I get to do completely different perspectives of the omen.
No.
Anyway, so we will start with the Soup Bank folks, since it is closer.
Bank.
It is not on the concourse. It is like a block off the concourse.
Okay.
You guys walk there, and as you guys get closer, you guys can see the line kind of starting to form out front. They've just opened, and Bob, you get a couple of familiar nods and waves from some of the folks that you see and hang out with on the regular.
Sure.
You head into the around the side where they let all the volunteers in and stuff, and one of the other guys around your age that helps run the place, Jerry, sees you, kind of welcomes
Jerry.
Oh, Bob, didn't think you were coming in today.
Not here to work today, Jerry.
Yeah, what's got you going on then?
Well, Jenny was killed last night.
Little Jenny?
Yeah. And Carver was close by, but I don't know if he saw anything. So I'm here to see if anybody knows anything else.
Yeah,
It's getting ridiculous. This is completely out of hand.
No, it's awful. God. Carver's okay, though?
He's fine.
Okay, good. No, he's a good kid.
Yeah. Well, Jerry, do you, I guess, have you noticed anybody acting kind of not themselves or?
No, all the folks, folks here. Yeah, I've seen some people on some off days recently, but nothing out of the ordinary, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I think the only one that was acting anything close to a little weird was, I don't know. Well, you know Casey, the tall, skinny Casey. She's been quieter than normal. I mean, I know she's normally pretty quiet anyway, but I don't know. She seemed a little. I figured something happened to her, or she's been, upset about all this. But that's the only thing I really notice.
So
a couple things about Casey, Bob. Casey is in her early 30s. She's only lived in this city for about a year. And Casey is a werewolf.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Let me know if you need anything. He pats you on the back.
I kind of grab a cup of soup and I tell Dottie, hey, if you're hungry, grab some. And I look to see if I can see Casey anywhere.
Yeah. You look around, and it actually, Casey does tend to be an early riser, so you do actually see her. She's sitting off to the side at it's just a little small table by herself. She's already started eating her soup, and she's got a small shopping bag in front of her with a couple of little items that she was given.
Do in this world, do werewolves, do they have any sort of correlation to the moon cycle? As I am playing it, and again, this might be different than how Ben wrote it. Standard magical creature rules apply. Werewolves transform on the full moon. Okay.
Was it
a full moon recently?
No.
Okay.
Now, are they susceptible to silver?
Yes.
Okay, so Dottie, does Dottie have the ring, or does Bob have the ring?
Probably Dottie.
Dottie is like kind of just like walking around, and she's like put it on like a chain. Like she's got chains. And stuff. She's like put on like a little chain. She's just like swinging it around, like looking for people to react to it as she's walking by people. She's like, "Hey, what's going on? What's up?" Swinging it, and then she sees.
When I see Dottie doing that, I kind of give her like the
swinging my chain.
Smart thinking, kid. Smart
They're
thinking.
werewolves, not magnets. They're not gonna know that silver just from you swinging it.
No, but it's about the reaction to the ring itself. I'm just looking for anybody to react and be like, "What the hell's that doing here?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I see Bob heading over towards Casey, I kind of like keep weaving my way around, but I'm slowly gonna make it there, and just kind of.
I sit down, or I ask Casey. I say, Casey, mind if I sit with you?
Huh? Oh yeah. Hey, how's it going?
It's going okay. How are you doing?
I mean, she's always got this like slight rasp to her voice. I mean, I've just been stressed, you know?
Do you want to talk about it?
Dottie pulls a chair up very loudly, swings it around. It's like cool teacher style.
Yo, Captain America. So your body's changing.
So leans forward on the table and goes, "Yeah, Casey, you want to talk about it?" And just takes the ring out and just goes, bring, flicks it, and it just starts like spinning on the table. She's just like,
Bob will kind of grab the ring and give you an old man like scolding look.
Yeah. Casey kind of like does like a, but like doesn't.
I look at her and I say, "Kids, don't mind her."
Friend of yours?
You could say that.
She's gonna take that in the worst way possible mentally, but says nothing and simply nods.
yeah. I noticed the sniff, and I'm just like, "Does that smell bad to you?"
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful, right? It's terrible.
Casey,
Gives you a look, but just kind of nods.
Yeah. Dottie's just like instigating, just trying to get a rise out of this girl.
I'm like, Casey, I heard that, you know, you might have been going through some hardships recently. You said you were stressed. To be honest, some bad shit's been happening around here. Jenny was killed last night. I don't know if you heard or saw anything about it.
They got Jenny?
Yeah. I say, do you know anything about any of the stuff that's going on? And I watch very closely to see if I can tell kind of if she's being genuine or not. If I notice any shred of her not, I think I will use my try to use my
All
spell.
right. I want you to roll me the 3d6 to get kind of that, to
The
really
gauge.
read her and gauge her.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Oh, I rolled 3 6s.
Yeah. That's
Okay, so that is an
God.
absolute definitive success.
Look at that shit, guys.
The
Nicely,
next roll in this game will end the world.
Yeah.
nicely done. So you can tell she's nervous. She's scratching her neck, kind of fidgeting with her collar. I mean, fuck, man. Like, with all these people getting killed and going missing, I don't know what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen to the rest of us? You know, when people are saying shit and I don't like what they're saying. And she is visibly nervous and like dancing around words.
Mm-hmm. I say, Casey, you're safe here. You can trust me. Why don't you tell me what you know? And I'll go ahead and I'll use my respect your elders.
Okay.
So, no. And the omen dice is not the highest.
Okay.
Troy, you're testing us.
I will let you reroll if you like because he is calm under pressure.
Okay. Yep. I'll re-roll the one dice that was lower. That's a good idea. Oh shit! Yeah, I got it. 2 4s.
Partial?
Yeah,
Perfect.
partial.
Hey.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
dude. Bob is fucking lucky, yo.
Lucky Bob. Wait,
Lucky
Bob?
Bob the gambler.
Salty Bob?
Salty Bob.
Nah,
Yes.
salty.
Call
You're
me.
a descendant
Gambling
of
grandpa.
Salty Bob.
Descendant of Salty Bob. Salty Bob and Gummy Joe.
So I got a partial success.
Perfect.
So.
Okay. So she
And you notice some weird shit happen, Dottie. If you're
yeah,
looking at
Dottie,
me
you
closely.
noticed it. You know this little song going on with Grandpa. And so Casey's kind of
If it lasts, never mind.
look, can we talk outside, man? I don't want people hearing shit. People
Absolutely.
talk.
Absolutely. Let's go somewhere private.
Let's. And like Dottie stands up.
I look at you, Dottie, and I say, Dottie, please, I'll be back inside in just a minute. See if you can find any more information out in here.
Yeah, and I look and I go, I thought I was here. All right.
All right.
I'm wink.
So Dottie continues walking around. Bob heads outside with Casey. And while this happened, let's swap back to Morgue Duo,
Uh-oh.
the nerd squad
Don't
of
let Amber roll.
Corinne and
She's triggering
Dan.
omens. She's triggering omens.
All right. Go into this morgue. Oh God. Wait, before we leave Tito's, I need to find some evidence of rodents.
I will say you can very likely find rat shit outside of
Nasty rat poop.
Tito's.
Okay.
Oh,
great.
gross.
Nah, that's disgusting.
Magic isn't kind.
Why do you need that?
Why do you need that?
She's like, yes, poop.
Actually, I apologize. I'm gonna step away really quick. My glass is empty, so just give me 1 second.
Oh, did we get a hydrate thing? My glass is empty too.
Let's just focus on what Team Morgue you two could plan. What's going on?
So what
I'll
are
be
you
right
going
back.
to turn into a rat and sneak in? Because I'm just going to walk in because I'm unremarkable. So
Okay, we'll do we'll do this here. I guess a bunch of blood and flesh on the floor of the ladies' room. It won't be that weird at Tito's. I don't know.
Oh no.
And I will hitch a ride to the morgue with you in your pocket, and you will just talk to the desk person, try to get any clues as to where this body in particular might be hidden, and I will make my little rat way down there.
I will
Poke and sniff around.
I will try to get in. Just a lot of times I can just get into places because nobody notices.
Yeah, or just like walk by if they're not paying attention to you. Just see how far you can get before you have to let me out of your pocket.
That's yep. Okay, this is a good plan. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, you just stand outside the stall, okay?
Okay.
And take this with you too. I'm gonna throw like my clothes over the stall door. Might be that on the way.
As they get into like undergarments, more and more, it's like,
Take that.
He's like
Just put it
folding
in
him
your
and putting him in.
briefcase.
You know what he needs? He needs like the little satchel too.
Yeah,
Like
your
that's what
satchel.
he's putting him in the little satchel. Yeah. Little bike
Yeah,
messenger
he-
bag. Yeah.
He's got a merce, as we call them in the business.
Yes.
And then horrifying noises again, just horrifying pain, cracking, splash, like wet slurping sounds, just and there's just meat and blood raining onto the floor.
And in the middle of all that, ding, I accept myself for who I am and create peace, power, and confidence of mind and heart. And then a little rat walks out of a bloody mess.
I'll come running out from underneath the stall there, clean my little whiskers, my little ears.
He'll just like put his hand down and like let you crawl up his arm.
I'll grab like a little piece of a finger or something and hand it to you.
He actually already had the Ziploc bag with the sticky note of your parts. So he just adds that to it. But he makes a note now that he has like parts 2. So he's keeping an inventory. And then he puts that in his merce.
I need you guys to know that chat is just coming up with as many male D names as possible.
Yeah, like it's a great run right now.
It's
Come
an
on.
incredible list.
Dom, Dawn, Dave.
For the final omen, I've got a good final joke if we get
Perfect.
it.
Gilbert?
All right, so
Hop on a pocket and we'll ride to the morgue.
Yep. So you guys make your way down to, and it is in the hospital. This is a big city.
Look at the setup of Troy.
Troy. Troy boy. All right.
Back.
Welcome back, buddy. So you guys head down to the hospital. And the morgue is it's kind of in the basement, basically, underneath the main floor.
How far you can get, Dan.
Yep.
Dan's just gonna walk in and just excuse me, and he's very polite, but like people don't notice him, and he's just gonna go with the fact that he's unremarkable, and he's just fucking going for it.
Yeah, and I will say the fact that you look like you know where you're going in a hospital is to your benefit.
By the way, pro tip: looking like you know where you're going gets you into pretty much anywhere you want to go in real life. That's Christian saying. Yeah.
Well, with purpose.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets to a lot of places. Yeah, so roll me to see how far you get before you get stopped, if you do.
Oh boy. I almost wonder if I want to like make the odds in my favor here, guys. What do you think?
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some
Yeah.
I'm gonna use some magic, and I'm gonna make those odds in my favor. I'm gonna leave that up to you what that means, Sarah.
Maybe extra.
Roll and then I'll tell you how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double sixes, and the omen die is a 1. Thank God.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
can't
reroll. I'm gonna reroll to see if I can get it to trips with
You can't reroll the.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I can't reroll the omen die. Okay, no worries.
That as good as you can.
Yep.
I will say, because you tried to put the odds in your favor, I will let you do one reroll of the omen die as that magic
Whoa,
result
that's a
to
powerful
try and
spell.
get it to trips.
Oh yeah, let's see. Here we go. Nope, it's a 3.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay.
Thinking a good use of that spell could be like plus or minus 1 on 1 or 2 of your dice.
True,
So, like,
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, -1 would be huge. Can you imagine to alter the omen die?
Yeah, like go down
Like,
1.
Save the end of the world. Can I use that as like a reaction if I had to, just in case, to save the world? Come on, Sarah, it's a
You
one
probably have
shot.
to cast the spell before you try the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's cinematically rad as fuck.
I know you're
yes.
awesome and you let me do that.
Has to be metal.
Yeah, it has to be
Metal.
sick as fuck because
Metal
we
and
are
Dan
here
are
for
like
rule of cool.
the opposite ends of like they're not even in the same dimension.
Bring out the
Okay.
punk and
So you are able to make your way through for a while. You actually make your way past the receptionist at the front, head to the elevators, head down to the basement. You are not stopped until you make it to the receptionist, the front desk in the area where the morgue would be behind. The
Security check-in or whatever it is.
security, yeah. There's a woman at the security station there. She's got her hair tied back in one of those tight ponytails. She's got the uniform on. And she looks you over, stands up, just badge.
Oh, yeah, I have it some here. Hold on. And he's like, listen, and as he's searching, he's like losing like sticky notes. I'm like, oh shit. And like picking it up, put it back in his pocket.
Oh,
And be like,
gosh.
I must have misplaced it. I'm sorry. I just I was here to view the bot. I'm here from the town hall, and I need to view the body that was found last night.
She reaches over to the table.
Department of Vital Records.
Yeah, the Department of Records.
Just records.
She picks up the tablet. They should have clocked you in at the front desk. What's your name?
Oh, they didn't? Oh, that is so strange. While he's doing that, he's just gonna like shake
Corinne.
shake Corinne out and be like, that's nobody stopped me. I just walked in.
I'm going for the door. Squeeze under.
Listen, my boss, Greg, he's just a real dick. You know how it is. And I have like 5 more reports I need to do today. Can you just let me in? Because we're friends.
Roll for it.
Yeah. End of the world. Here we go.
Yeah, here it is, probably.
Amber gets stepped on.
Oh fuck, I failed. God damn it. But the omen die is not the highest.
Okay.
That's all that really matters.
So she
That
just
Amberton.
can't let you in without a badge or without a valid check-in from the front. Sorry,
Go back
man.
and get it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll just go back and find it. I might have left it in my car. You know how things are. I'll just go back and I just like leave a bunch of stickies accidentally on her desk and be like, oh, I'm sorry. And I do that. I grab some of her papers by accident and like put it in my satchel and be like, oh wait.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm just
Yeah.
grabbing things. And then
You have some random autopsy report.
Yeah. And I
Well,
just
she's
walk
at the
in.
security desk, so there's really not like that many
Oh, gotcha.
papers there. So
It's just
but
probably
she
like
just
her doodle or something like that.
pretty much, yeah.
All right, and then I'll go back out and then try to find a way back.
Wait. Can it be a misconnections kind of thing? And he grabs a pamphlet of affirmations that she had.
Yes.
Yes.
But he doesn't realize it until later. And I'll
As
say
he-
for fun, and as he's walking out towards the elevator, from behind him, he hears a familiar ding come from the security guard's phone, and then the elevator closes behind you.
They're just like,
Corinne, you're a rat, man.
I'm a rat. I'm hustling my little rat booty down the hallway, staying close to the wall there.
You went
Yeah.
from Catman to Ratman.
Little rat eyes reading.
Give me a roll for finding your way through the halls, not getting noticed, and not getting squished.
Mission impossibling my way.
Mission Impossible Rat, yes.
Mission impossible rat. Oh no. Okay. The omen die is the highest, so unless I get a reroll, we're in trouble. I've ended the world.
I will give it to. I was gonna say, yep, you get the reroll for perceptive.
Could we loosely use animals are better than people? Better than
I'm an
sneaking?
animal. This is my best self.
All right. Well,
Also, I have instinctual too, and rats' natural instincts are to avoid being seen or
I
detected.
will let you use instinctual.
Okay.
All right. Come
All
on.
right, Amy.
Fuckers better be a 6. The omen die.
Was that your second reroll?
That was bullseyes.
Yeah, no, you can reroll both dice with each reroll.
Yeah, so you get one more reroll
okay.
for both dice. Yep.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And we have
Did
lost.
I get rolled by a werewolf?
And Amber got all three
the
omens.
world in rat form.
Yeah, for Amber, she just gets stepped on.
Now let me
Gurney just
let me double check something really quick. Okay, so here, let me check one thing.
the elevator fucking falls for Dan.
I would like to. So I have a question for Ben. Hi, it's me.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, how's it going? In terms of the omens, does the world end for everyone, or does the world just end for our characters?
I think technically they just fail.
Or do they just fail?
We miss the opportunity to solve this mystery. The villain gets away, or the creature kills again, or kills us.
Or is that up to me?
It does say when three omens happen, the game ends. It doesn't
Right,
mean
but I'm not
the
just
world
gonna
ends.
say we're done. Oh no. I have to make it cinematic. Duh.
Of course, yes. Please.
So I'm gonna wait for Ben to respond in chat so I can decide how to end this.
Oh, I just unlocked my super hearing new spell too, which was probably going to be helpful.
Okay. So it's a fail, but in a one shot, it's over for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not the world ends. Oh, it's up to me.
The game is coming to a close one way or another.
So, Corinne, you are making your way down the hallways of this hospital building. My friends are ganging up on me in chat. And you see the right room. So you kind of scamper your way in, and you look, and you're looking around, and you can faintly smell the perfume for a second, and then it all goes dark. The lights flicker and they fade to blackness, and you feel a on your back.
Shit, it got me.
You are turned back into a human, but you are in a lot of pain.
Naked.
Dan,
Mhm.
you're in
hang
the
on.
elevator.
My last Dan. Danny boy, the pipes on.
Dan, you're in the elevator
I love it.
and you're mad. You're like, dang, didn't go well. Whatever. We'll figure something out. I'm sure Kurt, and the elevator stops. And
Can I
you
add something just as it stops?
I hope we were thinking the same thing. Go ahead.
Elevator music.
Ding! I do not waste a single day of my life. I squeeze every ounce of value out of each of my days on this planet. Today, tomorrow, and every day. Proceed.
And that is the last thing you hear as the elevator falls into darkness.
Yep.
And you are left there for hours.
Oh, damn.
Because no one knew anyone was in that elevator.
Elevator. The fucking elevator technicians are like, you know what? It's a holiday Monday. Let's end the shift early, boys. No one's
That's so perfect.
Meanwhile, over in the soup bank,
Soup bank.
Dottie, you're wandering around, scoping people out, and you smell the scent, and you're like, oh shit! So you start following it, looking for where it's going. It actually takes you outside, and you head outside, and you're like, oh, I'll find Bob later, whatever. Grandpa's got it. He's cool. And you start making your way down, and the smell gets stronger. You're like, oh my god, I'm actually tracking this. And you find your way outside a familiar looking building. And as soon as you get there, the scent becomes overpowering and you fall to the ground unconscious.
Oh, yeah.
Bob, you're out in the back with Casey. Casey is pacing back and forth, and you can tell she's stressed. And she's just going, Look, man, I didn't want to say anything because, I'm just trying to live out here like everyone else is. And I don't know what's going on. But man, that lady, God, she's trying to control us, man.
What
And she's
lady?
doing it. And she's going to fucking pin it on us.
What lady?
And she like walks up to you and she like grabs your shoulders and she goes, they're going to fucking blame it on the werewolves, Bob. We're all going to take the fault for her bullshit.
I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Calm down, Casey. I grab her arms. I'm ready for Arm and Hammer.
And I obviously, because the game is ending, I'm not going to have you roll, but you guys are locked and she is panicking. And until you hear a voice behind you, just go, it's all right, Casey. I won't blame you, darling. And you feel a familiar scent waft around you. And you fall back.
It's fucking Christina.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra? Is it?
Cassandra.
And that is Midnight Codex episode 1.
Yeah, we failed. But you don't have to
Vagrant
fail.
Nights.
Yeah.
This die is evil. I rolled every fucking omen, guys.
You did, Amber. Welcome to the Omen cycle.
Gotta stick with the Bob Ross Monopoly dice. Never do you wrong.
Never do you wrong.
So,
That's funny.
do you want to know what I had determined the solution to be? Do you want it to be left vague?
Yeah, like how off were we is my question.
So, if you guys had, I feel really bad because like if you'd have rolled better, you would have gotten things. But here's where everything was. The full truth behind it was. Remember how in the very beginning I offhandedly mentioned the fortune teller, Madam Amanda?
Oh yeah.
No, we never went and we're like, hey, what's going on? That's a good, yep.
So she was the problem.
Okay.
No
And
shit.
she was using magically enhanced silver to control the werewolves.
Oh.
To
that was something with
kill
the
people that she could take their basically the whole deal was going to be she was going to kill them have the werewolves kill them and take their hearts. And she was going to take the hearts of the homeless people to use for magic.
So if we got more, we would have found out about the missing hearts, and that would have been like,
yes,
what hearts for? Yeah,
you would have found out about the missing hearts. Casey would have spilled the beans about Madame Amanda because she was one of the ones she was controlling. Carver was also controlled by her.
Really?
One of the things in Midnight Codex is that the only canonical NPCs from Midnight Codex episode 1 were the Casanovas, Carver, and Amanda. Carver and also would have been Casey have 3 tiny star tattoos on their hands. And that is the logo to Madame Amanda's fortune telling shop. That is why it all looked vaguely familiar to you guys, because you guys had all passed by it.
God dang.
So you would have gotten the hearts in the morgue. You would have got information from Casey. That's what the incense was. The incense in the inside of a fortune teller shop.
Bring the stars on it. We're like mall witchy store witchy.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
cheesy fortune teller. So that's what it would have been.
That was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah,
as I
awesome.
said, that is the answer that I made up. That is not necessarily the case for what your
Right.
Midnight Codex game will be like.
Right.
Solid.
Yeah, honestly, I praised Ben in the chat earlier. I was like, oh, he did the math, the statistics, and then we failed to roll.
Yeah, we didn't even come close to average on it. It's unbelievable.
So bad.
Thanks,
Honestly,
Amber.
this is a game of bad rolls. And it's not even just Amber. Like, everybody failed like all of their attempts.
Yeah, but you know, the
Like,
cool thing is you fail and you
roll.
get mana to use spells later on, but like that doesn't even help you necessarily if the dice just
Yeah,
hit.
depending on how you're using your spell. If your
Yeah.
spell is like something you have to roll to succeed on every time or not, like it's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really did,
We beat the statistics a lot. Yeah, just in the wrong way.
yeah.
Bob put the team on his back when it came
And
to
it's funny,
winning.
every time I rolled 3d6 and it didn't matter, I was rolling like really good.
But you know what's funny too is like we didn't accept rerolls from chat this time, and like we
Well, that actually helped us
we
with
depend
shorter
on those
hunt.
big time, like when we're playing like other games, because otherwise we would suck a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thanks, guys.
Yay for sucking.
Thanks for helping us not
This is
suck.
fun, though. I like the flexibility of the magic. It's kind of just like your spells can be whatever the fuck you think of, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
and the
love-
cool thing is, because I read ahead a little bit for the stuff that's coming out, is that every episode that you get, like, not only advances his meta plot, but it also adds rules that you can either take or take or not, depending on if you
Right.
work with the group. But like some of them, for instance, like Amber said, oh, we're a coven now. There's coven rules that come out eventually where it's like, okay, you can combine your mana. I think you can combine your mana. I don't remember exactly, but there's stuff you can do as a coven
Yeah.
to do
For
things
casting.
together.
There's rituals.
Yeah, rituals.
Ben
There's
said,
familiars, I know, somewhere in there, I think. If I remember
Ben
correctly.
said in chat that there's a future rule where you can reroll Omen die. So
Yes.
yeah, and like he even said that they can be additional rules you only use for that episode, or they can carry forward based on your GM. So it is a really cool.
2 out of my 3 omen die were 6s, so re-rolling those bitches would have helped a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just a really cool RPG concept where you're getting these digestible, doable sessions. You know, you could do this in multiple sessions, even episode 1. Like I feel like
Oh yeah, this could have got 2-3
I
sessions.
could have stretched this out
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a few weeks.
Yeah,
easily.
and,
And we could have made it 7 omens instead
Yeah.
of 3.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah, that's true too. He does say you can do that as well. But it's cool because it starts with the bare basic mechanic and you learn how to play the game, and then it gets more complex if you want it to. There's story that is evolving for you, and you can weave it into your existing ongoing things. It's just a really clever way to continually provide content and explore new mechanics and expand upon the system. It's a really
It's very
reminds me,
customizable.
it reminds me a little bit of Blades in the Dark too, where you
Yeah.
take like heat and you have to rest. It's the same thing with flaws. Like if your character can essentially gain a certain amount of flaws, and then they die if they get so many.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of similar in that way. It's like I think it's stress in
You know what? I think
Blades After
the-
Dark or whatever.
the ability to buy new spells, no matter what. Like honestly, every time you get 3, if you wanted to, you could just buy a new spell.
Mhm.
And like, that's really cool because, like we were saying, the magic is so flexible, and it's not like it's tiered or gated behind the levels. Or
Yeah,
anything
and
like other
the
games.
thing is, you can play this at any power level. Like before we started, when we were just checking in, I think with Troy asked like, what power level are we going for the spells? I
Right.
gave us a baseline power level of some out of a reference we were all familiar with. So it was like, yeah, we're this powerful. but you're still a little rusty. You could play it where your spells are very, very tiny. You can play it where your spells are world bending, like a lot of the magic stuff you got in Short Order Apocalypse. You can really choose what power level you want to be at. I think we were at kind of a medium.
My world bending contact high ability was
yes, the contact high. Christian's character could like warp reality. I think.
At the end, I went for the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So
now that you mentioned it, I didn't realize that in both Short Order Apocalypse and this, I did play someone who had literally anything to do with drugs whatsoever. So I guess it's a bit of a type. It's nerd or
nerd or complete delinquent.
Yeah.
Because there's also Ifa's brother.
Zhao.
Zhao. Yeah, thank you.
Zhao delinquent.
Yeah. Zhao is totally delinquent. Yeah.
Oh damn, we've cracked my code.
Well, thank you for joining us. Whether you are one of our friends here on Twitch watching this in the VOD or watching this at the Kickstarter. Hi. Reminder that the Kickstarter goes live on Halloween. So support Ben and support his projects. He's absolutely fantastic. I was terrified to run this because I was like, oh shit, like this is actual pressure. But the more I got into it, it was really, really fun, really comfortable to run as a DM. As long as you let yourself be flexible, trust your players, let things roll. Same thing with Short Order Apocalypse. Really easy to run into. And I will say, if you guys do choose to back this, which you should, when episode 9 pops out, take a look at some NPC names.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a couple of names of some nerds that look vaguely familiar and their descriptions are vaguely familiar. I don't know anything about them personally, but there's these other assholes on the screen with me that may or may not be NPCs. So give it a look. If you guys enjoy us, we are on all the socials at DMs After Dark. Feel free to give us a follow over on Twitch if you enjoy our shenanigans. We also are on every podcast app under DMs After Dark. It contains audio recordings of all of our Twitch streams, our regular podcast modified roles, and then random other little side bips and bops that appear whence we feel like it. Like I said, follow us on all the socials. You can email us one-on-one at dmsafterdark@gmail.com if you wish to reach out. Questions, comments, complaints. Question of the week: if you woke up in a dark alley with a random codex full of spells based on your personality, what would the book looks like and what would the spells be? Because that's fucking rad.
It's such a good prompt to just start this thing off.
Yeah,
mine would look like one of the notebooks you can buy at a Ren fair, because I've got like at least 6 of those in my notebook box next to me.
I would actually have the moleskin. Like
same. I keep like
I have
my
tons of them.
One in my backpack, one yeah.
Composition notebook, baby.
Like that.
Oh, I do.
Follow, give Ben Bailey a follow. Folks over at Mage Studios.
I know
give
there's a
them
Discord. Mage is a Discord. There's a Mage Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord so you can talk about Midnight Codex and everything that he's working on.
Yep. All sorts of good stuff coming out of there. And prepare for more chaos from us in 2 weeks. Who is it Troy?
Troy's running
Troy?
The first stream.
Yes. So
no, not my first stream.
You did Esterin.
That's what I mean.
did the very first stream.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's the first. We've come full circle.
Yeah. First one since the first one. Yeah, we're going to be playing.
Mine will be the first one since my first stream too. After.
Yeah, we're going to be playing a game called The Ward. I'm very excited for it. For those that don't know, the month of October is National First Responders Month. So that's obviously something that's near and dear to my heart. So we went with something that's as close as we could get, which The Ward is basically like a Grey's Anatomy type of RPG. It's like a drama in a hospital setting. So
drama.
It'll be a one shot with obviously spooky like Halloween type elements because we're trying to do some spooky stuff for Halloween. So
yes, so we've got that, and then Amber is going to be running a small game after that. Crystal's Carnival.
I'll be running Dread for our final October one shot. We're going to have an in-person, we'll figure out our filming situation. We'll all be together in Rhode Island, and I'll be facilitating Dread because I'm terrible at Jenga, but I'm much better at weaving a story of dread and suspense.
Yes.
And then we're going right into Crossroads Carnival. So it's like we have Amber basically for the rest of the year. Yeah.
We're going bliss. We're blissing out.
We're blissing out, baby.
Out throughout the year.
Love it.
Yeah, so we have so much good stuff coming up, and we will update more on all the social medias as we get closer to those things and finagle all of that together. Again, huge thank you to Ben Bailey for not only letting us look at the game early, asking us to play it, being a part of this awesome game. So super excited, super happy, wishing all the best.
And we'll have Ben on a modified roles upcoming too, to talk a little more about it.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
And may you do better than we do.
Yeah, do better than us.
Keep your eyes peeled for good omens.
When you guys play this, let us know how you do. Let us know what shenanigans you get up to, because love this shit. Until next time, don't anger the pigeons.
Nice.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.